He's got his new president, the Italian American Club coming in.
Do you do any advertisements for Creative Tile on Old Dixie Highway? They're a big company, and one of the members' nephew owns it.
We got to do Periscope. He looked it up. You have unlimited amount of time for your video.
The zoo has arrived. The zoo is here.
Oh, Hillary Clinton. Good impression there.
Joseph Sempervivo, if you had to choose an animal that you were, which would it be? I guess it would be a horse, like you just made that noise.
It would be a bald eagle.
A bald eagle. Okay.
Yes,
you, Larry?
absolutely.
How about you?
I'll be a lion.
A lion!
King of the jungle.
Yeah.
Hardy,
You, Mr. Bromang.
Well, I haven't ever thought of that actually, the anthropomorphic aspect of it, but perhaps go Gators.
Gator.
You want to be a gator?
Yeah, you go Gators.
No.
This is the year of the Gator. I'm telling you guys, it's the year of the Gator. I know the Knolls out there are just boiling, but I can tell you. Right. But I can tell you, it's the year of the Gator. Go Gators.
Lion.
Okay. All right. Larry's the lion. That's easy to remember. Larry the lion. And eagle. Joseph the eagle. Now, come on. You have to come up with something.
You picked the gator.
I said Gator. Go
Really?
Gators. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah.
Nothing better than go Gators.
They're just going to be
This-
laying around in the water.
No, not this year, pal. They're going to be across the goal line. This is not flip-flop
How
year.
about you, Rhett?
Mm.
No, hold on. Elephant. Hold on. Elephant.
A pink flamingo.
There you are. Hello.
I'm a pink flamingo.
Hello.
Heading across the sea.
You just love shrimp.
I'm a pink
Yeah,
flamingo.
That's it.
He
Yeah.
likes the shrimp.
You
so
like-
it's
There's a lot you
nice
don't know
pinky
about
color.
me.
See, you like seafood, so shrimp is perfect.
I'm a
Oh,
pink
very
flamingo.
good.
No, I don't know.
Archipelago.
Yeah, acapella guy.
Yes.
So, did Trump lose Wisconsin, or did they vote against Trump? Did Cruz win Wisconsin, or did Trump lose it? I say Trump lost it.
Okay, so this is an interesting thing. So you look at 3 to 4 weeks ago with Donald Trump, he was expected to beat Cruz. It was all plastered all over every major media
He said, I'm going to
station.
win big.
Well, but
And he
no,
would have if he hadn't opened up his stupid mouth and they hadn't said that. You know what he was asked? If a woman does something illegal, is she going to be responsible? Yes. So is any citizen, if it should be. And that should have been clarified.
I heard that.
Instead, everybody
I heard
wants to grab every little word. This has been all blown out, and it's bullunky.
He's
It's
on his-
balunky. It's
Well,
BS.
He's on his way down.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
on
yeah.
his way down.
No, he's not.
Finish your
Well-
point, Joseph. What were you trying to make?
Yeah, finish your point, John.
Rhett says with disgust. Yeah, finish your point.
Ah!
The whole thing is Trump 3 to 4 weeks ago was expected to landslide in Wisconsin. They said Wisconsin was Trump's
Oh, I
state.
know.
Uh,
And it would have been if
and-
he hadn't opened up his mouth.
No, I think it shows you that the tide has changed, and the message that Cruz is speaking is resonating with the average everyday American, because people want jobs, people want a smaller government,
Joseph,
people want more taxpayer dollar.
Joseph, you don't like liars.
Pocket.
I know you. You don't like liars.
That's why I don't like Trump.
Yeah, that's why I got totally turned off from Cruz last night. He was on TV with Stephanopoulos leaning in, and when he said, "What about when you were calling New Yorkers all these names?" And Cruz should have said, "We all know that New Yorkers are pushy. I'm a New Yorker. I get to say it. We're pushy. But you know what? They got a heart of gold." Instead, he said, "Well, I was only talking about the far left Democratic New Yorkers." What BS. He lied to me. He thought I was stupid. I'm offended that he thought I was so stupid that I would buy that. I actually saw him enacting real politician. He was a politician.
Maybe
last
he
night.
really meant that.
Seriously.
Who knows what's in the,
Larry,
who truly knows what's in a
Larry.
man's heart?
Well,
Larry.
you know,
Only God
Larry.
knows
No,
what's in
no,
a man's
only
heart,
the-
Rhett.
only the hey, oh, as it goes, only the shadow knows.
Put him
A
up.
month
Put him up.
Yes. The shadow. There's Rhett's shadow. Hello. Hello.
Mr. Froman,
Yes.
you want to comment on Trump's
No,
success?
I'm going to say this about Trump and Cruz. Trump is trying, and so is Cruz, and they're trying very hard to get the voter appeal and voter support. And it's wonderful to see this happening. I love to see people stand up, turn to the audience, and say, there is another way. Now, Trump is more autocratic in his approach, Cruz less so. But the secret to this, gentlemen, is going to be getting the U.S. Senate rule to be a 51%er. So the House Republicans join with the the U.S. Senate Republicans and the House Republicans get together. They send the bill to President Cruz or Trump, either one. But I'm thinking it will be Cruz. If it is, and he signs, we can do what's called deploy the ORB, the Omnibus Repeal Bill, wherein cited all rules, all laws that create or perpetuate this 20th century nanny state cage that is burdening and suffering and stifling.
You're a choo-choo train. Yeah, I like it. I hear your cadence and everything.
It goes a
You're
little higher.
and then little by little, you build up with momentum.
It's like a
and then
choo-choo train.
Well, yes, but gentlemen, we are. Unfortunately, does the fish know he's in a bowl? Yes.
Okay, let me bring up something
No.
to Steve's point.
Yes, he does.
To the counselor's point with this election. You mentioned something about Cruz or Trump being the next president, and so I want to tie into that comment right there. Right now, after Wisconsin, because of Wisconsin, it is absolutely impossible for Trump to hit 1237 now. The election is guaranteed to go all the way through June 7th and actually to the convention.
That's good. This precipitates a brand new, we're going to bring the Whigs back.
So, but now to that point, there's only going to be two candidates at the convention. It's only going to be Cruz and Trump. That's it. They're going to go through a first vote.
Kasich had backed out.
Yeah.
Who would have Kasich's votes gone to?
Absolutely to Cruz.
Most likely.
90.
Who are you, Chaboka? Something you just,
No,
I
no.
can see.
Yes.
I said with Rubio. No, let me
funny.
no, just remember this one thing. When we were talking about Rubio, all the pundits on national TV said Rubio's votes would go to Trump. And I said,
who said so?
go back and look at the tape, buddy. And what you found was all those votes went to Cruz. If Kasich got out, all those votes would go, 90% of those votes would go to Cruz. And in states like New York, that isn't going to help. I mean, it would bring up our
I
percentages.
feel like we're watching a football game or something. The
Well,
way
you
we're
are.
going at this.
But to your
Get out
point,
the popcorn.
but to your point about forecasting,
Mhm.
Obama on TV turned to the world and said 30 years from now,
Yeah.
we will suffer a horrid drought that will kill 11,214 people. And everybody said, my land, what a wizard, what a foreseer of the future. And you, Joe, somehow have been infected with that ability to forecast so far.
It runs in the family.
Oh, have it. Okay.
But bringing up a point when you had mentioned Cruz about jobs and everything. Ironically, I met a man last night, 69 years old. He looks 50 years old. Big, strong-looking guy. And he told me he just moved here. And he said, I went and I put 100 applications in for jobs, and I can't get a job. And I said, well, could it possibly be because you're 69 years old? He said, and I just can't. He said, I want to work.
Yes, but they won't hire him.
What are you
Well,
talking about?
hire.
Look, I'm looking for somebody older. You know why? They're reliable. They show up.
That's my
You know what I'm
opinion.
looking for? I'm looking for a salesperson out there that would like to help sell our magazine, Bureau's Voice, and the radio show.
Right.
With some
Full-time,
tenacity.
part-time.
Tenacity.
Well, you got to tell you get an older person in here. No, seriously, if you're retired and you're bored, please give me a call today at 473-7777 because I tell you what, now Indian River Walking Clinic's having their new grand opening tonight.
They
Okay?
are?
Yeah, over at Miracle Mile Plaza.
Well, they're terrific.
And you are invited.
Well,
But you know what he did one time? the owner called me down from Boca and he said, "Would you please mention that we need an office manager?" I mentioned it once in the morning. He said, "Please stop, don't mention it anymore." They were inundated with phone
yes.
calls.
Wow.
For some reason, a lot of people
I
looking
wish you
for
would have told me
employment.
that. I had
Listen,
somebody in mind
Yeah,
for who?
my,
for office manager. We did the medical and stuff.
Oh, that's great. I thought maybe you had somebody for me.
Oh, for sales?
For sales.
Yeah.
well, they're out there, Rhett. I'm just telling
I
you.
mean, maybe there's some young person that really wants to feed their family and work. Somebody can make a great living off of this,
As
right?
Yeah.
long as you have the government dangling a giant carrot
Yeah,
that said that it's always replenished the minute you take your last bite, welfare and
Yeah.
food stamps, you will not find most of the employees. They will go the route of the government's handout. And
why not?
yeah,
Mr. Welsh called yesterday. With his 89 years of wisdom, he will be turning 90 in June. And he said, I should redo this song and release it now because we are all
sick of it.
I'm so sick of politics, con men in a bag of tricks, fat cats making dubious decisions. Washington needs adult supervision. You're a little lady, you're a little lady, you're a little lady, oh, you're a little lady, Abe Lincoln, where are you? God save the red, white, and blue. Taxes are squandered and a Secret Service gone. Where's Ronald Reagan? Where's FDR? Well, I'm so sick of politics. Con men in their bag of tricks. Fat cats making dubious decisions. Washington needs adult supervision. All right, so it's the grand opening of Indian River Walking Clinic and Miracle Mile. It starts at 4 o'clock today. Be there or be square. Also, the brand new Vero's Voice has arrived. Pick up your print copy everywhere. At Classic Car Wash, US 1 and Miracle Mile. Also at CJ Cannon's out at the airport. Every Publix. That's right, your favorite Publix. Also right here at Studio 95, Royal Palm Point. All right, okay. All right, you can get it online. Free subscription, www.verosvoice.com. We'll be right back.
I have a problem with your song. Ronald
You
Reagan.
have a problem with everything.
Ronald Reagan is
where are you?
perfect.
Yeah.
FDR needs to go.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the New Deal and all the government benefits and handouts
started
that were
from
created was all created because of FDR.
May
so
I write this down?
Yes, sir.
So we need a presidential name.
Oh, Bixby says bullshit, Joe.
About what? Which part?
Jeb Bush will be VP if Cruz is elected.
That's so untrue. Absolutely false. False.
He looked at his magic ball. Magic crystal.
His magic
Yes,
balls.
yes.
Hey, I'm looking at the magic balls right now.
So we got to think of a president to insert there,
So, so
Okay.
what we're going to
Thomas
do
Jefferson
Okay.
or John Adams.
If you go to The Economics of the Public Welfare by Henry Hazlitt and read that, you will see that the New Deal was our fascist attempt. And what it did was it took all of what we would call liberty and stuck it over here to where if you want something, you got to ask this guy up here.
Yeah.
And this guy's got to talk to this guy up here. You got to dance it off Dick, chase it by Charlie, bounce it off Bob.
And see Mary at the top.
Bingo.
But what he
Mary
did,
likes it on top.
Yeah,
what
well,
he
sometimes.
really did
Yeah.
was he would gather you up if you wanted to
I
get
forgot.
benefits. Trucks would come
That's
pick
what they
you
just
up.
caught
and
you
work at
dancing on the
CCD
radio.
camps.
But
And you chop
Okay,
lumber
going
down.
live. So I wish we could get this somehow. How could we do this? We can put it in the same place. Oh, we're live now.
Is that Periscope?
Look at this. The hair's like disappearing every day.
You're
it-
talking into the. You're
Oh
talking
my
to your
God.
viewers about your hair.
Hello, it's Rhett. Look at my hair. It's disappearing a little
No,
more
it's
every
real.
day.
that's real hair.
Now, seriously, where could we put this? That
Get a little
What you
podium.
need to do is that
They must make a little.
why
They
is that
do.
different from your hand cam up higher?
Yeah, that's YouTube and that's
Yeah,
Facebook.
this is Facebook.
Oh, have
Oh, I know what we could do. I think maybe this thing, we could dump this thing out right
What you
there.
need to do, Rhett, is go on Shark Tank and show them the thing that you built to hold that.
No, they actually have
Of
a
course.
stand for
Yeah,
that.
but if you don't want to
Will they
tell
be able to
Rhett
hear
that.
us?
Hello.
No, see, the thing is here though, what, oh, I know. There's a new device you can get, the fisheye lens for that brand new phone I just got. That's what, and then we'll all be in it.
The
We'll look
fisheye.
weird. Yeah,
Now you're talking.
the fisheye.
Now you're talking. The
Now
fish-
coming live from the
the
fisheye.
fisheye.
Live from the fisheye.
Hey, I would be interested to see
What would
what
you-
that percentage was that I predicted,
It's gotta
what
be
I
a way.
predicted on Rhett Show that Cruz would win Wisconsin.
Yes, you did.
I think
Gotta
48, I
be a
said
way.
48 or 48 to
You
49.
you were right on the money.
You know that, right?
What?
I said 48 to 49% would be the,
Hey guys, how you doing? Hi Susan. Hi Matt. Listen, good morning, Susan. How's my friend Don? Oh, listen. So, hey Matt. So where can I get that? He's a kid that's really good at this computerization
that's
stuff.
come your question.
What? I'm asking. I think respond. Hey Matt, type in so he knows. Say hi to Joseph. Type it in. Say hi to Joseph. All right.
But you're
Or
asking,
Susan. Say hi to Joseph. And from
no,
Joseph's
you're
Cookies.
asking him for,
What?
hi Matt, hi Susan. Rhett's asking you for the device that goes on for a camera for a fisheye lens, right?
Yeah. It'll go right there.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we'll have it like that. And then we'll all get in it. See, right now we got 8 viewers. Hey, this is the mayor of the airwaves. You can catch us live right now on Facebook. Go to Rhett Palmer. Rhett Palmer. We can also go on YouTube. And oh, that's pretty good. He has hidden talents, ladies and gentlemen. Do that again, would you?
I got a scholarship to college for this.
I wonder.
Well, that's the dripping water of the Chinese water torture.
There you go.
Wow. Hey, that's not bad. Can you do that one more time for Chinese water torture? One more time. Oh, Chinese water torture.
I confess,
Oh, that's what they should have done to Hillary.
Okay, all
One
right,
more
all
time for Hillary.
right. All right, come on, let's be sensible here. I have viewers and listeners.
Yes, well, I'm telling them, they ought
We're
to
just
ask
having too
Hillary.
much
You know,
Yeah.
Mr. Fromang is kind of like Donald Trump with me. Like, I like Donald Trump, but every time I want to like him, he does something that really pisses me off or something. And so
Hello.
here we got Fromang in here. He's a brilliant attorney,
Yes, he is.
and he is. My dad was an attorney, so I know these things. And so, because it's in my blood, you understand. But anyway, can you see Mr. Fromang as Judge Fromang?
No, I can't do the
Because you know
Solomon.
why? Because
I
you know
can't do
why?
Solomon.
Because you're an emotional guy.
It's not that.
I
I
can
can't do Solomon.
I
What do
can
you
see you as a judge.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Actually, I could if he would tone
No.
that down. You know, who's the guy that used to be in here that used to come visit me, and he's now a judge, and he's a really good judge in town. Name the judge.
Judge Peck?
Yes,
Oh, he's incredible.
he is.
Yeah,
And he-
but he's on the,
he
what's
was
neat
just-
about it,
he was
he's
just-
on the family bench now, which requires truly the Solomon. Believe me, in family law, when the husband and the wife are going, you need Solomon, and he is that. But I'll tell you what,
Solid.
taking his place though on the criminal bench is Cynthia Cox, and she is incredible. Yesterday, she was like Daniel come to judgment. It was wonderful, and it warmed my heart terrifically well because she, was so kind to my client.
Let me ask you this. No, and she's known for that. I know people.
Sure, you can. She's wonderful.
I know people who she has sent to jail and have told me it was the right thing.
Yes.
Got him in a program
Yes.
for addiction and stuff.
Yes, incredible.
Now, where she gets that compassion and that heart.
Well, are you kidding? Her family, you know her family? I
No.
mean, she's the salt of Florida. They've been farming in Florida in fact, that's where I first met them when we took over the packing house up at the Associates up there on US 1.
Yeah.
That's where I first met the Petersons. And then, of course, I met Cynthia because she had the office right next to mine.
Hey, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Does somebody out there know where, enough of this, me holding the camera, making everybody say, I think we need to. And this is Joseph, I have another gift you should get me. I want.
Has it
yes.
held into it so you
Yes.
can view
I
everybody.
want a hat. I want a baseball cap that I put on. I don't have to worry about it. I'm looking at you while you're speaking. I look at you.
Pro cam.
Look at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
will you
I'll
guys,
take it off
will
my
you guys chip
surfboard.
in and get me a cam for my?
No, I'll just take it off my surfboard.
Oh, not that. That's too heavy to put on my.
No, not this one.
My head's
It's the
heavy
one I use
enough. My
in
head's heavy
Terratopa.
This is Rhett.
No,
He
no,
Joseph,
no.
look into my camera.
Look into my baseball cap.
I got counselor from a
No, I'm
surfboard
telling you.
camera on here, 40 pounds.
No, I'm
my
telling.
surfboard. Yeah, I'll come in here.
No,
This
it's
is
It'll be too heavy.
That's funny.
Yeah,
We
thanks.
should get a surfboard.
Well, in Terratopa, that's what I use.
So we're gonna get a surfboard. Now somebody out there viewing might.
We're
do
gonna
this.
get a
surfboard. Yeah. So we'll get a little mini
Yeah, a
surfboard.
little
with a
every
camera on it.
Terratopa.
With your, what do you call those cameras?
Pro cam.
Probably that. Those are. You have one of those?
Well, on my surfboard when we do Terratopa, the big
Yeah,
big
sure.
wave, big wave
Will
ride.
you loan me that? Because maybe we could put a strap around my head, and we could put on there, and then
Well,
we could
it's sort of, I had it sort of designed into the surfboard so it only sees the fear on my face as I go to.
It only sees. That's a great idea. Fear
Yeah.
in my face. It only sees the fear in my face.
Well, I guess it's etched sometimes as
That's-
you go over with 24 tons of stuff coming on top of you.
Or that's
Yard
also
sale.
counselor's facial expressions when he's listening to Obama speak.
Yes, grimace,
Yeah.
grimace. But I will say this, that on many occasions, gentlemen, in the last couple weeks, we've been treated to some high drama.
Yeah.
Including, and this is the neat one, the Panama Papers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
let me tell you what's interesting about this.
Yeah.
Many years ago, there was a friend of mine, Cliff. And Cliff, if you mess with him, all of a sudden there'd be a promissory note that you signed. Of course you didn't. But you would be sued in federal court in Guam. He'd sue you in federal court in Guam. Listen to this. And the company that'd be suing you would be out of Panama. And the last name on the resident agent would be Gonzalez. That's it, Gonzalez, and there's 12,968,412 Gonzalez's in Panama. So the Panama Papers, when those were exposed, somebody not only had the data for a while, notice what I'm saying, but timed it to deliver it now. But the question is, and strategically, why?
Why?
And look at who is being affected. Some poor Icelandic guy, I'll give you $1,000 if you can say his name. Anytime this guy has a name that goes on, by the way, his full Icelandic name, if he were to tell you his full Icelandic name and started from the beginning to the end, it takes 38 minutes and 14 seconds. That's why we call him Tim.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
So Tim had to leave. So the Panama Papers, gentlemen, are the brand new thing. But from an editorial standpoint, I think it's a bunch of balderdash. Why do we care? Do you care? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. Who cares?
I'm not in charge of Russia, so Putin steals money.
He didn't steal anything. That's the point. If I paid $500 and I take $499 of it and stick it over.
Oh, we gotta take a break. We'll be back. This is the Mayor of the Airways. Indian River Walking Clinic, the grand opening today, 4 o'clock. Come to it. This is the Mayor of the Airways. Today's broadcast brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai.
Come in and get a free disease.
Come in and get a free disease. You're on the air. What are you talking about?
No, we're not on the air.
Yeah, you're on YouTube for every second you're in here.
Oh my God.
And you're on Facebook.
Hey, speaking of YouTube and Facebook, I want to address this issue with the quota system.
The H-1B?
No. The quota. When they said that we hit our quota for the day. I thought, I'm still baffled by that.
The quota? But isn't that an excrescence, meaning a natural outgrowth of Obamacare, an excrescence of
Well, if
Obamacare?
if they take 12 patients, they can't take no more.
Well, no, but that's what the counselor is saying, is that that's
Yeah.
all because of.
It very well might be,
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
And this is what I'm saying,
what
the
happened?
intrusion that we're
Oh, no, I
suffering.
lost.
And this is one of the reasons why I happen to be here,
But I
is
want to
to
hear,
be a freedom fighter.
I want to hear from the executive of the hospital to tell me why that they give the rights to the employees to refuse.
I don't think
service.
they know. I think you'd be
Well, why
asking
don't you go
somebody
to the opening?
who reads it off a piece
No,
of
that's
paper.
Indian River Walk-in Clinic.
Yeah,
I'm
that has
talking
nothing to
about-
do with Indian River
Oh,
Hospital.
it's a different
No,
one.
Yeah.
no. Indian River Hospital is the one the other day. What happened to you out there at?
At Point West.
Yeah.
They said that sorry, we can't service your daughter because
How old is your daughter?
3 years old.
And she had a Lego in her nose?
She was sitting at the table with my wife and
Yeah.
brothers and sisters, and she was doing Legos, and she grabbed it real quick and stuck it in her nose, and my wife tried to grab it and couldn't get her. She reached over the table to grab her, and I said, let's take her right to the walk-in clinic at Point West. We went in there, and they said to my wife, sorry, we've hit our quota for the day. We can't service your daughter. Take him to another walk-in clinic.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
It
really
very well
hard to
might.
believe.
Well, it is hard.
He
to
called
believe.
you.
Yeah, but I need to talk to him.
Yeah, the
I want
marketing.
to, because I'm thinking to myself, God forbid if someone goes in there, my little daughter could have snorted that thing down. It could have obstructed her
Choked to death.
intestines or her throat or
Yeah.
something else, and it could have become a life
Catastrophic.
Yeah. And why not prevent that from happening? And that's
I
You know,
tell you,
they-
plug
and I
the
worry
hole in
about-
the dam before it explodes.
yeah. I worry about a senior going there with a heart attack, and they're saying, sorry, hit our quota for the day. And when people start to die, that's when Obamacare is going to slap them upside the face.
There already are dying,
I
Joe.
know.
You think you're just one story.
Oh, no,
That
they're
story could be
everywhere.
compounded many times, faceted in many ways, and yet the same idea. You are being told what to do, when to do it, and let me say, I will say this. Yesterday was a sort of a moment for everybody who's a country and western person, a lover of song, because Merle Haggard
Yep.
passed on.
Yeah.
He's the lonesome stranger, down every road. There's always one more city. I'm on the run. The highway is my home. Godspeed. And
It brought a lot of entertainment to a lot of
oh man, when he did, and I'm an Okie from Muskogee. Remember when
Yes.
drugs were the big thing?
Right.
And he got up there and said, White Lightning is the biggest game in town. Well, back in those days, I had a friend from North Carolina, and he would bring down a case of White Lightning, and it was incredible.
Moonshine?
They were, yes, 200 proof, pure, hold it up to the light, love on it, kiss on it.
It was actually 190.
Yes, I don't know what it was. All I know is that when you
Hey,
threw
how
it
you
into
doing,
the
guys?
flame, it made blue look good.
Talk quite so loud.
Oh, okay.
Zachary, how are you? Vero's Caribbean Kitchen, how are you? Sandy Price, listening from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, I told you
Yeah,
last week we had somebody from England. Now I'll be talking about that all week. Sandy, how are you? She was such a cutie. Did you ever get married, Sandy? You're such a cutie. You always were. Karen, good morning, Karen. Jennifer Gentry, how are you? Yep. Within 10 minutes, I had 180 viewers.
Well, Canadians.
No, 180 viewers
Oh.
on Facebook. We have the Sandy Price. So did you get married, Sandy? Let me, if I can press the button. I guess I can't press the button right now or I'll lose the
Was it a two-way?
What is a two-way? What's talking about two-way? No, they can type back.
Oh, they type back.
They can
Oh,
type
they're
back.
texting you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're not
All right.
texting me. They're messaging me on.
God love you.
We're gonna get better.
Little buddy.
The only thing is with Facebook. I wonder if they could get a Facebook camera. So I could,
Yes, they can.
have one of those surfboards for me.
You really
Yes.
want Periscope. You want to do Twitter Periscope.
I want
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of it.
because
man.
Periscope, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
much
'cause-
better than Facebook.
Somebody
say
from somewhere in the
Periscope,
United
yeah.
States last night said that I had the best morning show on iHeartRadio. Nah, I
You
don't.
do.
Maybe he was just.
Thursdays
being nice.
is by far the best.
Yes.
You're right.
No, it
You're
is.
right.
No, the Thursday
Ladies
show's
and
great.
gentlemen, welcome back. And I want to ask the man behind the glass, how you doing, Sparky?
Okay.
Oh, here they come. Another word of truth from Sparky, the engineer. Thank you, Sparky. What is that?
Like I'm way back here.
Now,
I mean,
hello.
I can sound like a studio engineer.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Palmer. Could we do that cut again?
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool, though, actually.
Yeah,
I
it's
think, now that
it's-
we're on international TV and Facebook
Wow.
and Periscope and, all this stuff. We're on YouTube, by the way. Anybody, if you're listening on Facebook, we're on YouTube, too. Oh, look, they can hardly see you, Joseph. See that? Look.
oh, that's not right.
that
That's
better?
not right. Framing.
What?
No,
There you go.
Anybody find it funny that a lawyer is screaming about framing people?
Oh, stop it. Stop. We're on the Panama Papers for framing. Let me tell you something. Somebody tactically decided that now was the time to attack.
Yeah.
And they brought all this out as we were talking before the break. But what I was interested in is seeing the Clinton Family Foundation. How many of those papers refer to the Clinton
It's
Family
the Clinton
Foundation?
Family Foundation, yes, sir. They get $250,000 a speech. They're happy. Don't matter if she makes the Oval Office, yes, that's true, because they'll be getting lots of money from me and you.
Yes, and so it was. But Joe, do you think that Cruz in Florida can
Undeserving,
bring
actually.
to bear the kind of noise that he needs to make in Florida with when you have the likes of Debbie Wasserman Schultz in Palm Beach with what she calls her crew, and she's got one. When she shows up, she's got people out there. By the way, did you all see somebody stamping on a flag at a Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the
Doing
guy
what?
that did at a
Stomping
Trump?
Oh, stomping. I thought it came up with some.
Okay, so in
New
that
word.
situation, they had nothing to do with
Stomping.
Trump. They were protesters that showed up to a Trump rally that put from the Black Lives Matter group.
Yes.
Yeah, and that put flags on the ground. And they were stomping on it. But you know what? I'll tell you this: our soldiers go and they fight for our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and then that is our First Amendment, and they had every right to do that. Makes me sick to my stomach. But our soldiers have died to give them the right to step on our flag,
Yeah, it's
and it is their
they're
right to do
desecrated.
so. Yep.
If they're so unhappy with this country,
That's a different story.
Get the
And
heck out
And
of
I
the
agree
country.
with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
love it
if
or leave
you
it.
don't love it, leave
Yeah,
it.
get a crew
Love it or
cut.
leave it.
Get a crew cut or
But
leave.
so to answer your question about Cruz, he has a message that will resonate with Floridians.
I think so too.
The issue was during that time period, on the 15th, we had another Floridian, and we had several Floridians on the ballot. All 17 were on the ballot in the state of Florida, like they were in most
Yes.
other states. And even though they might have suspended their campaign, they were still
On the ballot. Yes.
And when you will see an entirely different outcome, when we go to the convention in July, what you will see is there will be a contestant on the first round vote. Whoever's pledged will vote for Cruz, will vote for Trump.
As it should be.
As it should be. Neither will get 1237 on the first vote. Nobody's going to get the 1237 delegates now. So it's going to go to the convention. On first vote, nobody's getting 1237. On the second vote, Cruz comes out the winner. It is not going to be opened up to Kasich, who only has one state.
Oh, no.
Under
Golly
rule-
gee, Kasich.
Yep,
No way.
Under rules 40B, you
Yeah,
have to win 8
yeah.
states, as we all know. And so what you're going to get is Cruz is going to come out the winner. And his message is resonating. And when you look at what just happened in Wisconsin, according to every major poll taken,
Yeah.
Cruz should have lost, and he won. And so
I
that's
am
interesting.
disturbed with Cruz because of what I saw on television. Listen, he was talking to Stephanopoulos.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
address
Little
that.
weenie
Let-
liar.
I want to address. I want to
Yeah,
address
yeah,
that.
I saw him. You know,
That's a
okay,
two
you can
step.
address it after I say it.
You already said it.
You already
No.
said it once.
We got a new crowd listening. This switches over 25 different 100 people every 15 minutes. So
Right.
we got a whole new opportunity
Yes.
to
Bring it.
start all over again.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so here's the deal.
Sure.
Your guy, Cruz, he was on TV last night.
Our
talking to
guy.
Stephanopoulos. I told people, I had 183 viewers last night on Facebook. I said, I love my friend Joseph like a brother, and I don't let him know that I'm saying these things. You make me feel so guilty.
Yeah.
Well,
You
Rhett,
make me feel
So tell me
so
your point, so-
ashamed. Anyway, Cruz was on there with Stephanopoulos, and he's going, well, I wasn't talking when I put down New Yorkers, because now he knows he wants to get New York, which he's not going to get.
No.
And he wants anyway. So he put down the New Yorkers. Well, I wasn't talking I was talking to the extreme Democrat liberals.
the Occupy people.
What a bunch of
No,
bunk.
well,
What a
Occupy
bunch.
people.
He was talking about New Yorker. I know I'm a New Yorker, and we are pushy, but we also have hearts of gold.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Excuse me.
Let's look at it factually. When you look at the demographics in New York, a conservative in New York is a liberal or a moderate in Florida.
Correct.
So what Cruz is saying, when you look at Donald Trump with his values, Donald Trump was a Democrat.
No, he was.
Listen, and when you
They
look,
all do that. I
They
know
have
friends
to
in
do
town
They
here,
have to do that.
you know, that have like
Business
billions of dollars.
right,
And they write a $200,000 check
Right.
for the current governor. But they
Correct.
also give $200,000 to that Chrissy guy. What, not Chrissy, what's
They're
his name?
buttering both sides of the bread.
You
but
have
they
to.
need-
Right, because you
if
know
they
what?
need a
They
favor,
want
they
this
want to go.
right.
And
So you know what? These people,
it's a small bribe.
look, let me tell you
and I
something.
tell you what, for
Wait.
$200,000 a year, I will say whatever you want me to say 10
That's-
times on the radio throughout the year.
Somebody who
Wow.
possesses
Every month I'll say it.
somebody
Wow.
who possesses good character and good morals
That's
would
Cruz.
never like
Never
with
what?
you. I'll tell you right now. Would you give $200,000 to someone who was
No.
pro-choice?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
Why?
And that's
No,
why
tell me why. Tell me why.
because the Lord says right in the scriptures, he says, if you see evil and you don't correct it, the blood will be on your hands. But if you see evil and at least you attempt to correct it, though it not be corrected, the blood will not be on your hands. And I believe that's right. And I don't understand how anybody can say they were a Christian. And I know people in
Right.
town here. Oh, they go to Calvary Chapel and they voted for Obama
Well,
So
where they
what
pull
do
a baby's head out of the lady's womb and they suck the
Well,
What do you
brains
think?
out.
What do you
Oh my
think?
God.
What do you think about a
Hey.
Yeah,
person?
let's call it like it is.
Hey,
We don't want to talk about it. You know why
Rhett,
it is?
hey,
Because they
Rhett.
don't want to talk about their sin.
Hey, Rhett.
no.
Hey, Rhett. Let me ask you this:
It's evil.
when someone says, "I don't need God's forgiveness. I don't need Jesus's forgiveness,"
Yeah.
what do you think of that?
Well,
I think that
I
I
would say
would
he's
love
got an
them until
accolade.
they know they do.
See, so what we're building up here, and the reality of it is, you have people that have loose morals. You have people politically that are very left leaning.
Well, they need,
Yeah,
they need,
somebody-
they need
wait,
more
You
fiber.
have
than-
somebody like Bloomberg who comes out, who is an independent businessman in Manhattan.
Did you
Rhett,
get that, Larry?
Rhett.
They need to eat more fiber. They have loose
Rhett.
morals.
Hey, Rhett.
Without
Over here.
a 16-ounce Coke. Come on.
Right. So you have Bloomberg, who is an independent businessman
Billionaire.
as a mayor,
I wish he could run
and
for
he
office.
came out and said, "Nope, can't drink sodas of this size anymore," and he
Yeah,
banned it.
I know.
So he's anti-gun, right? He's
Yeah.
a left-leaning
Yeah.
person. So Cruz spoke.
Left-leaning.
Well,
Yeah.
he's trying to prove a point on
If
why he
if I
said
could
it.
finish it, yeah. So what
That's
happens
like
is,
the fence that's down on,
So
the, on
Cruz-
the ground is like left
so
leaning.
Cruz's whole point is, when you look at Bloomberg, when you look at Giuliani, when you look at de Blasio, they're all left-leaning. They're not conservative in nature. But he wants to reach out to the conservatives in New York,
Who?
Cruz,
As few as there are.
and he
Right.
welcomes them to support him because his message resonates with them. Now, Trump will win New York.
Oh yeah.
I have no doubt about that. But the question is, if we can get Trump at 49%, then New York is not a winner take all.
It's
And Trump,
stories around the campfire, ladies
and
and gentlemen.
Trump will be a massive loser if he gets 49%.
Look, I want to vote for a man who's worried about my
Or
children
woman.
or woman who's worried about
I don't
my
like
well,
children.
the way
now
you
it's only
said
a man.
that.
It's only a
Oh,
man.
woman.
There's no women.
There's no
in
woman
the
running
race.
right
Carly
now.
Fiorina should be president.
She's not. She
Well,
dropped out.
she
She's
should.
supporting
Not running.
Cruz. She's officially a surrogate
Yeah,
for
she,
Cruz.
Yeah,
yeah,
she-
she
Well,
endorsed
yeah,
it.
after what Trump said, the dumb.
Oh,
You know,
attacking women? Yeah.
No,
So,
saying that you wouldn't want to
What's
waste
your
anyway-
point?
Anyway,
Hey, finish
Sir
your
Lawrence.
point.
Okay. I want to know that my grandchildren aren't going to be stuck with a debt and of
$56,000.
Pay your bills.
right, of a government who can't balance their budget like every household
They,
has to.
they don't have
Why
to.
why do we have to balance our budget, but they don't? They can
Because-
just they
because-
say, oh, we'll let the American taxpayer pay for
They,
it,
they
and
have
then
your
they
pocket.
keep giving away our money.
You want I want to
Giving it
know? You're
away.
on video this morning. See yourself? You see
Okay.
yourself? Okay. How could we possibly take seriously a man who has a red shirt and red headset on?
Well, because
You
he's-
look like you're
Because
stepping in
he's symbolism of the government
Yes.
being in debt.
Yes.
Right.
They're in the
Yes.
red.
Right,
Oh,
you're in
alarm.
debt.
You're
That's it.
Mr. Debt.
yes.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
we
Mr.
could-
Debt
we
today.
Tell them why
Hold on.
you like Cruz with the
Oh,
ballot
hey.
president amendment.
We could do something like that. We could have like visuals, and we could come in here now that we're on
Well, we have-
YouTube and we're on
Okay.
Facebook.
We have Baghead
We could-
News.
Go where you were going with that, because I
No,
know
I know where you're going
Okay.
with that, Dad.
Here's the only candidate
Yeah.
Democrat or Republican, that signed a pledge to balance the budget.
Who?
Cruz.
He also signed something that said he'd vote for the candidate, and he backed off and said he wouldn't vote for Trump.
Here's a
Trump
man of
said he's going to
morals
run
and
third party.
principles.
Trump said he's going to run for a third party. If he
Right.
does, if he doesn't,
No,
do
that
it-
won't. No,
right?
that's not.
And
He won't win.
and he'll
He
drop
won't
out. But
win.
he did say he would run third party.
Yeah, but that's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere. But that's what I want. I want protection for my family. I want somebody who really cares.
Larry,
You know?
let me say this about protection for family. Right now, Bernie Sanders is talking about when you die, Bernie Sanders.
Was
Can
Bernie
you
still
imagine
alive?
that vulture, that whatever,
I
that
watched Weekend
slime
with
slug,
Bernie.
that Bernie Sanders says
What?
that when you die, Larry, he and his team going to come and clean your storeroom out.
Don't tell Hillary.
And Hillary thinks the same way.
I'm going to get him.
They
Somebody-
believe that when you
somebody
die,
is gonna teach
they
me
have the
about
right to
Bernie.
come in and gather all that you had and leave your people, your heirs, to fend for themselves. And they're going to take that money and build their empire. That's what I'm saying to you, folks. We are in a war on freedom.
I think Bernie's going to be the next president.
I got it. There are few. There are too many. Now, if we're
We have a lot of
Venezuela,
fun.
yes,
We have a lot of
Venezuela,
fun.
There'd be a lot of people packing their bags and leaving this country.
yeah, right. Bernie.
I don't want to live under a socialist government.
No.
I don't want to stand in line for my bread. I don't want anybody to tell me when I can go to the doctor.
Well, I'm telling you right now that the guy behind the glass says we have to take a break.
oh,
Oh,
okay. He's the
hey,
boss man.
it's the grand opening for
Hello.
Indian River Walk-In Clinic. Come tonight between 4 and 6. Of course, maybe I'm not supposed to be mentioning something. It might be a private affair. I don't know. I have to look into it. I've been called him during the break. Anyway, so today's broadcast is also brought to you by Center for Advanced Eye Care. 5 eye doctors that genuinely care about your eye care. Who else? Oh, by the way, I went to Mr. Manatee's the other day, and I had a delicious fish and chips. Matter of fact, was it you that brought me?
No.
Who brought me there? There was a family that brought me there. I forget. Oh, I know who it was. It was Harry and his wife and David Mosier. Okay. Everybody at the table, what they got was really good.
I had
Really
fish
good.
and chips here, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
fish
really
and
was
chips.
good.
Mr. Manatee's.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we appreciate Chefs International sponsoring Mr. Manatee's with us, and they have for, I don't know, on and off for 20 years. That's quite a bit. They also used to own Jack Baker's, So now they switched some of the things from Jack Baker's over there. You get like the onion encrusted grouper or salmon or something.
That's
like
what I used to get.
Well, listen. Who else should I mention? Just Desserts is a sponsor of ours. Just Desserts. Go to justdesserts.com. Delicious cakes and pastries and cupcakes. Justdesserts.com. Also, one of our new advertisers is Chow Cab. Go to chowcab.com.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite?
We used it.
No.
Absolutely. The night that you talked about it last Thursday night, Mem and I used it. We got the hurricane wings, and from Mem, and she got actually the tacos, and we also got the Mediterranean restaurant from Hurricanes. That's
Yeah,
one of
what
the
I want to know is
restaurants.
what I want to know is why some people. I swear God's involved in more of our lives than we realize, because I've had guys. There was a guy named Steve, and he used to do deliveries for me years ago. But everybody who tried to get in the delivery business locally failed. Now this guy came up. Now I know he has an autistic child. He has 2 other children. He's married. He's 38. He's very successful in Southern Florida. Now he's come up here, sponsored the show, met with me, and just a likable, humble, nice guy. And within 48 hours, the guy was successful here. What is it about some people just know how to do stuff and others don't? This guy
Well, don't forget, Rhett, he got some exposure from the radio.
I even said cow chab,
I would have
and he
never.
goes, Rhett, I've said the same thing. Don't worry about it. That's how nice of a guy is. I said cow chab
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
chow cab.
Yeah, well, you told me about it, and because of what you said, I mean, just like with Honda and everybody else,
Okay.
what you said is where we
Do me
go.
one favor, though. You and all my listeners out there who are my friends locally,
I always tell them, Rhett.
please do.
I always do.
Because most people, you're not going to walk into a restaurant like we went last night. Where'd we go? The Prime here. Now,
We
the
did
average-
it online, by the way.
You did it
You
online.
go to
Yes. Well, that's the way to
chowcab.com.
do it.
Yeah, we went on and we clicked which restaurant we wanted
Yeah.
and what specifically each of the menus.
Yeah.
And
Are you saying CHOW?
CHOW, chow.
Chow
As
cab.
in food.
Yeah,
So you call and they pick up your food and bring it to you?
Yeah.
yeah. Sure.
You know who else
You
is
gotta
not
be
good?
kidding.
No,
They
here,
deliver right to your
imagine
home.
this.
What?
Yeah, so they go to these restaurants, 8. I think they just added a 9th restaurant or something. But you go to these, instead of you having to.
Caribbean Kitchen at 43rd and 60.
Yeah, my wife's pregnant. And so at weird hours, she craves food, and I'm running around all night grabbing her food. Well, now.
You're grabbing her food. You should let her eat it. Stop grabbing her food.
Yeah. So I called. I went online after the show. She said, "Man, I'm really craving
Well,
shrimp
so
tacos from Hurricanes."
Oh, so she
And I
needed
just
something in them, huh?
I just got in, and I was like, you know what? Let me call Child Cab. And I said, because Rhett just talked about it today on the show. She said, I know, I heard. I was so excited. She said, what it's doing is it's bringing New York City to Vero Beach. Because in New York, you could order from your television at a hotel any food, like 500 different types of food.
Yeah,
you can
that's
literally
true.
order, and they bring it all one place, like Child Cab, and they bring it to your home. So you can order 8 different types of cuisines, and they show up to your house with all 8.
So if I want jerk chicken from the Caribbean Kitchen, which by the way was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I called
I brought you out there, didn't I?
Yes. Are you kidding? It was wonderful. But so I call Chow Cab and I say jerk chicken.
Yep.
Bam.
Yep.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Ah, incredible.
Like that.
By
Like
the way,
magic.
So, yes.
I want to bring up one other thing. When we return, I want to talk about immigration and the wall with Mexico.
Yeah, that's got to be
That's his
somewhat
coffee
interesting
company,
Yeah.
because
That's his coffee
erecting a wall. Let me just say this: von Mises, in his
Yeah.
tome Human Action,
Mhm.
said that to have an unhampered market, labor also must be unhampered,
Yeah.
unfettered. It must be able to move to where
You
the
know,
money is, so I can pick up and go get
Right.
my money for my family.
Yeah.
And a wall that I have to somehow negotiate, or the door, who is going to be at the door? Who's gatekeeper?
Well,
And let me say this, who's key master?
let me just bring this up real quick. Do you realize when the wall? Did you see the article that came out in the Washington Post? Trump said Mexico. He's using CFR, Code of Federal Regulations. He said the wall is going to cost blank dollars.
Yeah, he's going to make the Mexicans
But
pay
blank
for it,
dollars.
yeah.
He doesn't have any idea what the cost is going to be. Not even an approximation. And Trump says Mexico is going to pay blank dollars for the wall. But here's the thing. I specifically asked Cruz, I want to know in detail what you're going to do to stop illegals from coming into this country.
What is he going to do?
Because we're going to put up a wall. That's great. Aren't we going to go
What
under?
is Cruz going to do?
Wait, aren't we going to go under and over these walls like
El
they're doing
Chapo.
now? And he said, absolutely. They're going to build tunnels. That he said, I'm going to put technology, motion censored, so when there's vibration.
You got 30 seconds. This guy's going to come in and shoot.
Well, we're
you.
going to bring
supposed
this
to be
all
in a
up when it
break.
comes back. I'm going to go into detail.
Well, right.
but-
You've been
but-
saying that for 10 minutes.
But what about
It's
El
a tease.
Chapo?
It's a
Hey,
tease.
I got to take a break. Listen, we're
All right.
talking to the eagle, the lion, and the gator, and I'm having an identity crisis.
Go
I don't know what I
You're
am.
Cookie Man. You're the giraffe.
I'm not a giraffe.
Hello.
I don't want to be a giraffe.
You walk into the room,
I don't want
everybody
to play a
sees you.
giraffe.
You walk in a room, everybody sees you.
Yes.
That's why
No,
you're the giraffe.
Yes.
I think he's a peacock.
No,
There
don't
we
say
go. The
that.
beautiful colors
No,
when he
they're
walks in the
they're
room.
ego. That's
He's
the ego.
radiant.
That's
Yeah,
that's indicative of great ego.
Yes,
I don't want to
but
be
you
like,
are.
I want to be pleasing to my father in heaven.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Believe me,
are,
I've been-
Brad.
You're a giraffe.
Yeah,
They have no
I
ego.
probably am.
Or an ostrich. Hello.
Yeah.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Indian River Walking Clinic, the right care. Right now, having the grand opening today at 5 or 6 o'clock over at the 5 to 6 o'clock at the Miracle Mile. Their grand opening. I'm excited. Also, today's broadcast is brought to you by Dr. Tim Ioannidis. Now, you know he has a very successful dermatology
Yeah.
practice. Now, I'm going to turn this into an ad for me, so be warned. So I go in there the other day. I had a piece of right here taken
your
out.
back, yeah.
My back. So he says, Rhett, I just want to tell you this. He says, I have a practice down in Fort Pierce. I have a practice up there. He says, I don't have a Rhett Palmer there. I have a Rhett Palmer Vero. He said, none of those other markets do as well for me. He said, I've been with you on 15, 16 years. He said, and I'm getting a letter. He said, he's on this. He says, I believe that your radio show and your magazine built my practice. Now, why am I saying that? Because if there's other docs out there, we can talk it over. I will only endorse those people I like, but we could use some more business. You could use some more business. Let's work together. That's it. That's the bottom line. Call me at 473-7777. Now, finally, today's broadcast brought to you in part by Vincent's Italian Restaurante. I brought you for lunch the other day. You enjoyed
Love
yourself,
that
right?
coconut cream pie was fantastic.
You're not,
Dessert
you're not
pizza.
supposed
Wow.
to say that. Somebody might be listening. I don't want to know that I did that. Okay. Anyway, we'll be right back.
All right.
It was good.
You ate a coconut cream pie.
Well, I had 2 pieces sliced for everybody to take.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
It was
sure.
small pieces. And he did
Yeah.
leave some.
You want to know here I
You
am?
did
Listen,
leave
listen.
some.
Oh, no, listen to this. So I'm at the table. I got Larry right here and your mom right here.
Right.
Then this other couple came. So these guys are talking about, oh, we went to Europe for 3 weeks. The other couple just went on a private jet and went to 9 different nations. And I'm sitting here going, and I'm just a
Sicko.
local poor radio host. I'm lucky I can grab a cab to go to Fort Pierce.
God love you.
Poor
Hey,
Rhett.
Rhett.
I want to be rich like you guys. So you know what the problem is? This guy comes in with this go cab.
You are rich.
Chow cab.
Yeah.
Fuck. Look how he's already succeeding. You know, I'm sitting here like a dumbass every morning doing the show. Panera Bread opened up. You know, that's the #1 producing Panera Bread in the entire state of Florida. They do 350,000 on average every month, 4 million a year. The profit's a third, so they're making $1 million a year.
Oh, yes, he
I shouldn't complain,
He
huh?
washes
I don't know what
dishes,
you're complaining
he
about.
cooks.
Why?
You have people on,
Oh, shit.
your show is super successful
Yes.
and everybody loves it.
The reason I'm here, Rhett, is
I forgot
because
we're on YouTube.
Man of many hats.
I'm just saying the reason I'm here is because of you. As they say, it might seem like accolade, but in a way, it's also much respect for you.
That is true. I do think this about you. You're very nice to me, as you are.
Many years.
I mean, like a brother. But you're very nice to me. I thought, I bet you Frohman can be one to somebody if he's representing somebody. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
Am I right?
I
Well,
think he's very much like
I
Machiavelli.
just
in The
renamed you, by
Prince.
the way. You know what you
The
are?
Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I just renamed what you were doing the show. Tell me if that doesn't fit him. Is that not him?
The angry politician.
oh, the
You are
angry
the angry politician.
I think he's
If
a
he ran
passionate
for office,
politician. Yeah.
but if he ran for
He'd be
office,
very angry.
well, as they say,
fire and brimstone. If he was a preacher, he'd be fire and brimstone.
As-
He's going to hell, boy.
as mad as the sea and wind, when both contend, which the mightier.
Rhett, this is Tony. Tony, this is Rhett.
Oh, hello, Tony. How are you? Good.
You guys were fun.
I wish you brought that cigar in here. I like the smell of the cigar.
Or the coach, training.
That's my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
All right, I'm Steve. I like the idea. Go Gators.
A friend of mine, well, no,
Oh,
it's spring training.
Let's go back. Yeah, warm.
Yeah. Got another great gift idea. I gave it to her the other day so she could get them another office. It is the airboat door that everybody was talking about. From March.
Goes back.
Brown bag. Great gift idea. Certificate to ride the beast. Adults, children, family specials. Call this number 772-584-0089. Log on to MarshBeastAirboatTours.com. MarshBeastAirboatTours.com. Get ready for the ride of your life. Skin cancer is no laughing matter. You should have a full body scan every year at Treasure Coast Dermatology with Dr. Tim Ide. He's over on 37. That's right. Take care of yourself, and your skin will take care of you. Skin cancer is no laughing matter. You should have.
Like raised eyebrows.
Okay, this is the reason for that. This part of the song is 2 circles and a square. They don't move. They just stare back at you. 2 circles and a
Hey, how you doing?
square.
Yeah, I'm already planning on being there tonight, man.
Are we on right now?
Yeah, that camera stays on the whole time. Just stand in front of it.
Yeah, but let me know when this is. I just gotta know when this is framed. Let me know. Is it framed now?
Get closer to the camera.
How about that?
That's good.
That's good because you're actually between the mics, so nothing's blocking it. Right
Okay,
there.
if that's the frame, hold on. So do you have me?
You gotta duck down a little bit. Mic stands.
Gotta do what?
You gotta duck down a little bit. You're a tall man, and the mic stands are getting in the way.
Okay, the mic stands are getting in the way. I see what you're talking about. Okay, so if I took this, if I go to this chair,
Yeah, if you go to the middle chair, that'd be better.
let me see. How about that?
That is perfect, right there.
Okay, Ken, how is the noise? Are you getting me from a microphone standpoint?
Set on the speaker on behind me, so I can't hear the audio that's on the.
Okay, so you don't know. So it goes Baghead News, Baghead News. 2 circles in a square. They don't move. They just stare. Baghead News. All right, Baghead News. All right, very good. We will be doing Baghead News. I am going to be happy with that. But it has to be this one right here. Okay. That's how we'll organize it. And as they say, you know, my memory will keep the key of it. John 9:11 is where Jesus sees a guy standing there begging, and he walks over and takes some dirt and puts it in his eye, and tells him, "Go wash your eye in the pool of Siloam."
Okay, gentlemen.
Turns out
Right.
that was the most popular pool in town. So everybody that was going
We need to get a megaphone in here for you, so you can call and say, "Market live in 30 seconds." Don't you think we need to have him a megaphone or something?
Okay.
Or
They need a megaphone. Trust me.
I see you're here. Well, Rhett will tell you where.
Red on
Okay,
the
let
right.
Red in here. Mr. Furman, just for a few minutes.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
to talk about, the Italian American.
Good show.
Sit right there.
You're the gentleman
We'll
that
say right
was
there,
on
Mr.
last.
Mr. Froman, come over here.
Why do I need a megaphone?
When we do this, we'll stand here.
Yes,
We
but
gotta
listen.
invite him over to
I
the
know it's
club.
but you're the new president.
It's a little uncomfortable for 2 heterosexuals, but in order to use this mic, you're gonna have to come
I will.
comfortably close to me and lean in, okay?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Lean in. You're
Oh,
gonna-
yes, no problem. The,
Stay in here.
Do you do wills?
I was just going to say that, yeah, what that is on the back, it says, ask the court interpreter about the attorney known as sombria. When it hits the fan, the first thing you want is an
Is that your water or my
umbrella.
water? Is that your water or my water?
Yours.
I brought a fresh bottle. Oh,
There's
thank you.
nothing, there's nothing here.
It's warm though.
Yeah, put that on.
Yes, that's for you.
Then you can hear
Oh, okay.
other things.
See, they straightened that out just for you, Larry. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, we gotta go back live on Facebook, okay.
Golly, Rhett, this is like we're on the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Going where no man has gone before you all.
Hey, Leonard Nimoy.
Hello. Yeah, rest in
Hey,
peace.
what was the guy's name?
Spock.
No, but who's the guy that was would be next to the captain? I'm Captain Kirk.
Oh, well, either Spock or Chekhov was the.
I always wanted to be.
I don't want to be
I always
Chekhov.
wanted to be as good looking as William Shatner.
Oh,
But then he didn't grow old too good, did he?
well, I don't know. It depends on what part of the travel log you're on, lad.
Now he's wealthy now from doing ads and stuff.
Yeah.
On Priceline.com. But you know that when he was doing it, he said people were watching him on national TV. He was living in a van in South Florida.
Wow.
So you never know a person's situation.
Well,
See what I mean?
so what he meant was where no man has gone before, he was in a van.
Living in the bank.
The former.
Going, oh,
What's his name?
You know, I forgot.
when you get a chance, can you find that TV show where they go, going where no man has gone before?
Yeah.
These are the stories of the Enterprise. You know, the theme,
The 5-year mission.
the 5-year mission.
It's
Now, I
5-year
used to have a CD in there that had that theme in it.
Yep.
But if you'd rather just find it on YouTube or something, it's probably easier. And if you're gonna find everything on YouTube, then maybe we need to just get rid of those CDs. What do you think, Sparky?
No, don't ever get rid of it.
That makes it tough.
I want to help here.
Be a saver.
What do you mean you think I talk too much?
Yeah.
Get these people that we can utilize.
Coming back in 25 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, you
You're
talk
Tony, right?
too much. Remember that?
All right, Tony.
Okay, what is your name?
My wife is listening to the radio. I'm Anthony, but I don't think she is.
Oh,
I didn't tell her I was going to be on.
oh. Well,
Hold on,
this is
hold on,
gonna
hold
be
on, hold on.
a surprise. Fired up, Rhett.
Oh, the kitchen goes. Okay, hold on a second. Face to face.
Okay. Gene Krupa, where are you? Ah, channeling Gene Krupa. I would say Ringo, but the boy's still breathing.
Oh, hi, how you doing? I want you to get the cannoli and leave the gun, all right? And we got Anthony in here today. How you doing, Anthony?
Good. How you doing, Rhett?
I call you Mr. Anthony because I know your wife is listening.
Yeah.
And so we're there at the Italian American Club. It's very good to see you and your good friend here, Larry. You know, I just want you to know we're happy to have you on the show, but one of these days I may come to you and ask for a favor.
You'll get
It
it.
might be spaghetti, it might be lasagna.
Or pizza, or pizza.
Might be
How you
some
doing?
meatballs.
How you doing, Anthony? Good to
Good.
see you.
Yeah.
I haven't met an Italian I don't like. My Aunt Kathy's Italian, and we're Irish, and of course she's married to my Uncle Jack, but he's not going to be. He just turned 89. But anyway, they live out west of town, up near you, across the street. You know, they live in
Point West.
No, you live in Point West.
No, I live at the Polo Grounds.
Polo Grounds.
Right.
Whoa, the Polo Grounds. Did you see the cover of the new Heroes Voice magazine? It was taken right out in front of your house.
Yes,
by,
yes.
by a professional photographer. As a matter of fact, it's John Walsh's son, I believe, that graces the cover of our newest edition. And my aunt and uncle live across the street at Village Green.
Nice place.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
They had a good game.
Little bit of difference
Sunday.
in the price of housing. You know,
Still housing.
they have a couple of mansions. My aunt and uncle live in a double wide. But you know,
Just as
there
good.
can be a
Rhett.
lot of happiness in the double wide. That
Absolutely.
should be my new song. There can be a lot of happiness in the double wide.
I think
You
Will
can-
Haggard already took that one.
Did he?
Yes.
What did he say?
Well, he said the double wide is the only way to go.
Did he
Of
really?
course, yeah.
We just lost him yesterday.
Yes, I know. And the passing of a great singer, I might say. And when he stood in front of everybody and said, White Lightning is the best game in town.
What?
back in the-
Lightning!
Yeah, and then people would scream and yell. And,
All right, now listen, Anthony.
Yes.
Anthony,
I want you to tell us about the spaghetti and the sauce and everything. You know, what's going on over there? at the Italian
Everything's
American?
homemade. We have a Pizza Wednesday that we do. Anything
a
from
Pizza Wednesday.
yeah.
we call it Pizza Wednesday, but it's a lot more than just pizza. We do calzones, we do
You
strombolis.
got a pizza oven in there?
We have 2 pizza ovens.
No.
We have a
Yes.
regular pizza oven,
So
and we
if
just bought a new one.
I'm not Italian, but my aunt is. So can I come over and join?
Yes,
Because-
anybody. You don't have to be
if I-
Italian to be in our
If I
club.
join, does that mean I can come over Wednesdays and like I can make a pizza pie?
Well, I don't know if you could cook. Yeah, we'll let you
Hey,
make a
can
pizza
I
pie.
cook,
Yeah.
baby?
We can make
Yeah.
him an honorary
Sure,
member
we
of
make
the
him
club.
an honorary
Yeah,
member.
let
He
him
come
run
in
it.
and cook.
Maybe you got-
Yeah.
He
Teach
bought
him how
a
to-
new,
Maybe it's what?
Throw
he
the
bought
pizza
a
out.
new tunnel oven
Yeah.
that will make pizzas every 5 minutes.
A tunnel.
Every 5
Well,
minutes.
it's like is it one like one of
Every
those
5
toasters where it goes on the screen and comes
Yep,
out the other side?
Absolutely.
Like you
Oh,
see on TV.
exactly.
They leave it to the Italians only. A tunnel oven for pizza.
Hey, we gotta knock
we
them
gotta-
pizzas out.
Hey, how you doing, Guido? Hey, Guido, we got increased production. What are you gonna do? Well, I was just staying at the Hampton Inn, and they got one of the dinkers for the toast. Why not make it bigger for the pizza? Hey, that's a good idea, man. Hey,
See, the Italians
Guido-
can bend anything.
What?
the Italians
Oh,
can
yes,
invent anything.
Yeah,
Because
cannoli, for
The
instance.
Italians are great. The Italians are great craftspeople.
Absolutely.
Great craftspeople.
Great shoes too.
Not that you guys, anybody in this room, has any relation to the real Italians that live in Italy. Oh.
Sicilian.
We're Americans.
So
Sicilian.
we're Americans.
Not
Yes,
Italian.
look, you look at this, look.
There's a difference.
I have no family in Italy, unfortunately.
So Tony, do you have any entertainment there?
Yeah.
Yes, every Friday night we have entertainment. We do dinners on Friday night, and every Friday night we have entertainment. There's a band every Friday. Starts at 6:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock.
How many members?
Right now we're at about 155, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Really?
Not-
You know,
Would you believe it, Rhett? You can get a pizza, a large pizza, 18 inches, plus a pitcher of beer, right?
Right.
For $15.
You see this guy? He could buy every restaurant in town, but he likes to come there for $8 and get
There you
it.
go. And I'm glad he comes.
You know,
I'm glad
Larry,
I'm
you know,
glad he's a
Larry was
member.
selling eggs door to door at the age of 50. You can read
Yes.
all about it. I brought him.
Yes,
You can read
right
all
here.
about it in this book right here. Miracles, Madness, Miracles, Millions. And of course, the next book will be the one where I interview these two guys. It'll be published by Palmer Productions, and it'll have a different name on it. Yeah.
But,
This is-
you know,
this is a contest, Bucko. This is a contest. You went against me, but I love you because you like blood.
I
But
went
I'm putting out
against you.
another book.
But
You did.
Tony,
This
is
title.
there an open mic where
Madness,
if someone wants to
Miracles,
come
Millions.
and play Italian ditties,
The next
that they
one
can
would
come?
be
Hey, believe it or not,
Cookie Kid.
they have
Mine.
a karaoke
I'm
night.
interested.
Yes.
One
Well, see, that's what I was
Right.
thinking.
I already thought about it.
That because Vera is such an interesting town, from the number of people we have, the different types, that if you were to have an open mic kind of thing, if
Hey,
you
We're on
an open
radio,
mic,
buddy.
then of course, then the attraction would be even greater. But I can tell you, your pizzas are wonderful, and your food is
Thank you.
excellent.
Thank
And Larry, I think you do that every Wednesday, Larry.
I go three nights a week. I stop there. Where could you go and get a plate of raviolis for $7 or
Yeah,
$8?
but you're a
$7.
not-for-profit organization, am I
Not for
correct?
profit,
Right.
yes.
And
They
you-
do a lot of charity work.
That's what
Yes.
I'm thinking. You
Yeah.
guys do a lot of charitable
Well,
work around.
you give scholarships, don't you,
Scholarships,
Tony?
we have a scholarship fund. I want to start working. We used to do it years ago. I want to bring back Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots isn't being done? I thought the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
on the motorcycles.
Up in
Tony and I were
the
were
East Coast, it's very big, very big.
Yeah.
A lot of
Tony-
police departments do it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I thought our
Yeah.
Bureau Police Department was a pioneer in that,
Yep.
What's his name?
And
Finnegan.
if they still do it, we could add to it.
Well,
Yeah, too.
Tony and I were discussing, and I said, look, why not at Christmas time have the children meet Santa and every child gets a gift? Right,
Right.
Tony? We were
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
Mhm.
And this would help, but make it a little different. How about having it for the poor middle class who doesn't get any help? So we're not
The
discriminating.
unwashed masses?
Any poor middle class who
Italian
can't
song.
afford it
Like when
to
the
come
moon
there
hits
and
the
bring
eye,
their
like
children,
a big
meet
pizza
Santa
pie.
and get a free gift.
Well,
Something
I
different.
think that's already that concept is already out there. But Tony, if you were to put your pepper and salt on it, it would be magnificent for Bureau.
There we go.
All right, so well, listen, I want to talk to you about this. Now, I was thinking about this. I was upset this past year because the Italian American Club used to always advertise to me when they're having a big, to do over there. And then I went to somebody I was upset, and I said, that's because all the old guys are dead. And that is true.
It
A lot
is-
of the guys
it
I
is.
got
We
were
lost a
gone.
lot of members that passing away. But I did want to mention one thing. This year, I want to offer membership to all veterans, no matter whether you're Italian, American, whatever you are.
With
I want to
discounted
offer.
rate?
No, I want to offer free membership for 2016 for any
Oh, I
veteran.
used to,
Oh,
I used
my
to sing at
man.
West Point. Does that count?
Do you have a card?
No, you gotta have your
But,
discharge
I got a
rate.
card. It's
Any
American
veteran-
Express.
Any veteran that wants to come into the club after 3 o'clock and pick up an application, they're more than
Okay,
welcome.
if you're a veteran, you can join the Italian Americano. Hey, grazie, prego, come in for some pizza.
Over on 26th Street.
Now, by the way, you don't mind when I do that accent thing, do you?
No,
But
no,
in the
I
old
don't.
days when I first started on
No.
radio 23 years ago, there was actually an older Italian man who was offended that I did that. Now I
What?
do it all the time. Now I can even talk like an Indian
But it's
about it.
humor.
It is. Well,
But I will say this,
some
there's
people would argue that.
yes, but there in Germany, there was a comedian the other day that said something very derogatory about Turkish President Erdogan. And it was he said something about having sex with a camel. And it was very upsetting. And he got arrested because in Germany, you can't say anything bad about any leader, either local or foreign. You cannot say it in Germany. And we're getting ready to have that in this country, folks, because they're already talking about prosecuting people who don't believe in man-made global warming.
Vote for
which is a myth.
Froman. Vote for Froman.
Yeah,
for President of the United States.
You bet. That's myth. It's a myth, folks. It's a myth.
All right. So Anthony, anyway, we're about to go off ballistically here. Anthony says,
all I wanted to do was
wait, I was here for pizza. What am I doing here?
What's going on?
A barrage.
All of a sudden, this guy's talking about Turkey.
Incoming. Incoming.
You mentioned a lot of the old Italians dying, but in the last 3 weeks, you have gotten an awful lot of members.
Somewhere around
very prestigious members have just joined.
Yeah.
And I was kind of amazed. Like the other night, you swore in about 7, 8 new members.
Right.
And these are people are building retirement homes. They're retired insurance people.
Yeah.
People are prestigious people now are joining.
We have one member that's building an assisted living complex.
Who what?
An assisted living.
What about
in Palm Bay.
Palm Bay.
What are you talking about?
The kind of people that are joining the club are not just.
There are people from assisted living in Palm Bay?
No. He's building a facility.
Who is?
He's a builder. This builder just joined the club.
Okay.
So I'm trying to say that different caliber and kind of country western.
I heard people are dying to get on there.
Well, I don't know the name of that country western singer.
Yeah.
But the kind of people that are joining, and when you get there, you meet all kinds of people from all walks of life.
And everybody wants
it's a nice
there
club.
to
What
meet
does it
you.
cost to join?
$50 a year.
That's
cheap.
all.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Listen, thanks for coming over. Where are you located?
We're located on 25th Street, 1600.
You're right across from my office.
We probably are.
The AA club?
You know, with the gold house with big fighting gator on the wall.
Yep, there you go.
That's our crew.
Okay.
No.
Yes, it is. Yeah. With
Hold
the
on. Here's the AA club.
right,
Here's the Italian American club. Where are you?
right across the street. I'm that gold house with the fighting
Which
gator.
one? Where? Which corner?
If you were standing at his place, if you were to look north.
Oh, you're over here.
Correct.
Oh, that's a church right there.
No. Well, I should call it that, not for profit, but
No,
not by
that's
choice.
That's a church right next to them.
Say
That's a
who?
church. That's a church parking lot right there.
Well, yes, but right across from the church parking lot is
No,
several.
that's
No,
the
that's
Newport
still
Club.
top. No,
That's the Newport Club.
no, you're on the wrong side there, right? Hello. But his
You're
place is
confusing
where they
me.
have the big party every March, and it's incredible.
Is that where your office is?
No, right across the street, but
Is that where your office is?
well, it should be. I should be in that party 24/7.
Who's
Are you
on
kidding?
first?
Nothing more fun.
Okay, do you have the Italian theme ready?
Yeah, I've been sitting on it for 5 minutes, waiting to see what you wanted it for.
Okay, start it now, please. It's appropriate. I said that he should grab, one of the movies.
One of those.
We're waiting.
Oh, hello.
There it comes. The pie that's amore. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on.
Thank you.
You have a
Thank
good day,
you.
all right?
Thank you. Yes.
Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you. Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
We'll be by.
All right,
to
today's
see you,
broadcast
Anthony.
is brought to you by Vincent's Italian Pizzeria. Also, today's broadcast is brought to you by
Okay, thank you.
Indian River Walking Clinic. They're right
I
there
see
right
it.
now. Grand opening is tonight. And also, don't forget today's broadcast brought to you by Dr. Mal, Dr. Snell, Dr. Katz, Dr. Gadadaday, and Dr. Brannigan Center for
Thank
Advanced
you.
Eye Care.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, Anthony, thank
Remember,
you.
we're both from New York. You're
Where?
from Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
And I'm from Highland.
You are.
Right across the river, man.
Yeah.
Throw stones and heat
Well, we talked on the phone. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
where I first met you, is on the phone with.
Mhm.
I was sitting here.
Okay.
I was
All right.
said hello to you.
Yeah. We used to
Hello.
be minutes away from each other.
Well, you're right across the street if you need anything.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
I'll take that. Oh, you want to open it for me? There's a pair of scissors in the drawer in the kitchen.
Yes, I know.
All right. Well, anyway, gentlemen, this has been quite enjoyable. so
When
far
the
today.
moon hits your eye. like
the-
a
When we
big
come back,
piece of
we're supposed to
cotton.
finish that.
We're gonna finish the comments on the border with cruises.
About building the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cruises.
that's
Michael-
preposterous.
Yeah, let's finish it. So the people know it.
It's preposterous.
leave 'em hanging up.
It's totally, look, if we're gonna make America great, you don't do it by putting whip and chain at the border or anywhere else. You get rid of it.
Well, he's got some ideas that what Cruz had told him, so he can relay it to us.
Oh,
Because he got it from firsthand, you know, and how he's going to stop it.
well, let
And
me
we
just say this.
definitely have to stop it.
What we have to do is change the immigration law. And I know you guys aren't going to think this, but world economics doesn't stop at a border. Vietnam right now is trying to produce and put product in our country. Now, why can't we produce and put product in their country? Because they won't let it come in.
Well, you have
Isn't that interesting? They won't let it come in. So then you say, let's go put product in China. Yes, only if you go through this little tiny little hole that they've made. Again,
through a needle.
Again, we do not have what's known as unhampered trade.
But you know, the problem is our leaders are so weak.
That's the point. That's why I want someone to stick their nose in there.
You know what I want? I want a businessman to do the negotiation. I want a guy like Joseph to get down there and hammer out a deal that's going to be favored to the United States.
Where we win. Where we're the winner.
Yeah, we got to be a winner.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being a loser.
Yeah, I'm on top of that one. But I will say this though, that anytime you can walk on the court against the Tar Heels and not only effectively play, but play to victory, you have accomplished something, because those Tar Heels play basketball virtually 24/7. And it was I mean, I don't know if you saw the game or not, but it was phenomenal. Those two teams went, in fact, I would say some of those guys are playing for pro, you know what I'm saying? The pros were looking, so let's be great, you know?
I look at it this way: we got to put pride back in being American.
Yes.
Not being ashamed of being American.
Exactly.
And I'm tired of being guilt-ridden because I had slaves. I didn't have slaves.
No.
I'm tired of being guilt-ridden about what I have to say and what I have to do.
Well, I think that has.
I want to be free again.
Yes, but it might. Again, Larry, the reason why there's a chance is because, one, we have the First Amendment still, but the second reason we have a chance is because you and I and Joe have Rhett here as a way to get to the public.
Yes. It's a
now anybody can set up a YouTube and do it, but to be effective and to have already a prestige about it, we have Vero Voice here. When you YouTube, you go to Vero Voice, and so we become Vero's voice.
You're absolutely
and not only that, but it would be terrible if we were
Good
preaching.
morning, Vero Beach.
Good morning, Vero Beach.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I promised that we would be.
This is Joseph Sempervivo.
This is Joseph.
Hello,
Sempervivo. His dad Larry, and Mr.
Counselor
Frome.
for me.
Stephen Frome. Hello.
So as promised, we want to touch back on immigration.
Yes.
So what you hear is about building this wall, and so I was talking to Cruz about the building of the wall, and he said, "Look, people are going to go under and they're going to go over it, like they're currently doing now. So I want to increase technology and put in sensors that pop up on the grid when because he talked to ICE and everything else from New Mexico and from Arizona, and they said people when the motion sensor goes off, it tells them." It tells immigration and customs where the illegals are. So we put in the technology. We increase our flight crews by 3 times, so they're flying up and down the border. But most importantly, let's disincentivize illegals from coming in. I said, disincentivize? So what do you mean by that? He said, well, if we do a couple things, we're always hearing about American businesses need employees to work. So what we need to do is do a welfare to work program. Get Americans that are on welfare to start applying back for jobs at businesses. Fill that void so businesses don't need to hire illegals, number one. Number two, let's decrease our taxes in the United States from the current income tax rate down to 10% for a flat income tax. Yes. And for businesses, down to a 16%. I said, well, how does that help with immigration? He said, what it does is it employs the 47 to 49 million people on food stamps
Correct.
in the United States and puts them back into the workforce. But you can't do that unless you tell the employers, prospective new employers, that from these tax decreases, that they're going to have a long line of employees applying for jobs. He said welfare to work does that.
Yes.
Reduction of food stamps does that.
Yes.
He said, but then the illegals realize, wait, I can't go to the United States anymore and tap into Social Security, steal from Social Security as an illegal alien. Most people don't know that. These illegals are actually getting Social Security benefits
And free
every day.
medical. Free medical.
And
Oh, yeah.
100% free medical. And guess what? Free education for all their children.
They go to college
You
free.
go to
Yeah.
an emergency room.
Okay, we just got a text. Bixby says, how about an army of cookie monsters on the border?
We already have them.
We already have big ones, big cookie monsters.
So the reality of it is, if we don't, if we eliminate the incentives, the illegals won't come here anymore.
And I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
No benefits,
Well,
no illegals.
Yes, but
One other thing, didn't Cruz say something about putting a tax on when they import their products into the United
This is a great
States?
idea. Great
So we
point.
can create more businesses?
So part of the 16% flat tax for businesses, if you are a United States business and you shut down and you go to Mexico to produce, and then you ship those very goods back into the United States, listen to this. If you're a U.S. factory and you export your product around the world, guess what the tax is? 0% flat tax for any U.S. business shipping their goods and services overseas.
wow.
But if you're a U.S. business and you shut your
Like
business down,
Nabisco.
like Nabisco just did, and like Ford is doing, and you're moving to Mexico and you ship that product from Mexico to the United States, you pay a 16% tax on all those goods.
And that
coming
means
in.
like a business like Carrier,
Yeah.
those air conditioned business, say, gee, if I have to pay 16%, I might as well just stay in America and produce it there.
Bingo, and jobs.
More
boom.
jobs.
His flat tax creates 12 million jobs in the first 2 years.
Or more.
Or
More.
Yeah.
There's a man everybody should vote for. What is it? We have like a
Okay.
sleeping
I-
America.
Ford
It
is
has
moving
nothing
their
to do with
plant. A plant.
Yeah,
I know.
It has to do with this.
It's an
Larry.
exodus of the
So
United
says Bixby.
States.
Larry, what it is unfortunately, it's called the freebie in favor of Bigfoot government.
You're right.
It creates dependency, and then they reel you in, and you become enslaved. You become the person who sits in the house and plays games all day because that's what they want you.
Right.
They don't want you out trying to be more than you could be.
Difference.
That's why when the Army commercial came out, Be More Than You Can Be, it resonated with the young people because they looked around, they said, we can do this. And I'm saying to you that if you take away the disincentives, like you're talking about, the high taxes,
Yep.
all of that, and take it away and say, you are now liberated.
Yeah.
You're no longer subjugated.
Yep.
Then I think America will bloom and
Slowly,
blossom.
they
Hey, guess what? I'm sorry, but we have to interrupt this for a news break. This is the mayor of the airways. We're talking with Larry. We're talking with
Joseph.
And we're talking with
Stephen Fromang. Hello.
the mayor of the airways. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Tides. When's the last time you dined inside or out at the Tides? There's only one problem with the Tides. They're so successful, you won't get in without a reservation. Also, have you tried the Caribbean Kitchen on 60 and 43rd, right next to Young's Market? Also, today's broadcast brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai. You'll get a good service before and after the deal.
I like what you said about the things. There's so many pluses.
Everything's okay with Tommy, by the way, you know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it all got straightened out.
So my chat with Barbara was helpful.
Well, he understands now. We got all straightened out. We have, he is. Oh, look who's here. She just came back.
Beverly?
Yeah, I don't know where she was.
What happened?
No, just
Very good.
I like the way you explain things. It's so simple. Why can't the politicians talk like that? You understand it so simply.
Yeah.
What happened?
no, nothing.
Something's going on.
Oh, she left and she came back. She left and she came back.
I back you up.
You're on YouTube
Oh, I
still.
didn't do anything?
Oh, we are on YouTube?
Well, it never stops.
Well, this is what I'm going to show you guys. Baghead News.
Oh. They used to have that stuff on TV.
We should do that at home. You used to-
Yes, but
Yeah,
that's,
we did. They
you
got
should
it as
make those
kids.
look,
Yeah.
the idea is everything
That's
you
right.
want to hear
It looks
and
like
not afraid to say.
There's a resemblance.
You know, all we have to do is put a little in.
No, no, no,
Whatever
no,
you-
no. The song goes, 2 circles and a square. They don't move. They just stare. Baghead News. And it's designed so you can say stuff on here, on there to the world, and no one knows who you are.
So tell us with Baghead News, and for people out there listening to us, or
Okay.
watching us.
Okay. Well,
So tell us about Baghead News.
okay, but I would have to do this so no one,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Or how about
Okay.
your website?
Yeah, tell them
we
all
don't
that.
have that yet.
No, but
Oh.
your other,
FreeAsFlorida.com.
right?
Yeah,
Tell
but
us about
that's not
Florida.
Baghead. That
Okay.
we designed Baghead for this right here
Oh, okay.
for this. But if I were to do this for a minute, I would tell you about Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton being caught in a bathroom, and the National Enquirer was standing right outside for 5 hours listening. Now, I can't say that.
No, but
They're putting on makeup.
Baghead News! Baghead! Huh?
I love
Ah!
this guy.
I heard it. Baghead News.
Hey, look, the stock market just opened, so I gotta check.
Oh, let
Anyway,
let
that's
let
that.
Let me run in the back for a minute.
Everything all right, Bev?
Oh,
Everything okay? You
everything's
okay?
fine. Yeah, this just wants this phone.
No arm?
So guys, it's all yours, huh?
The
No
Do you do,
problem, Maxie.
Do you do any investing? Are you in equities at all? Any equities? Do you invest?
okay, this is what we're doing. If you want to know,
Yes.
this is our latest thing.
Sure.
I look for what's called what's called contrast, a difference. Anywhere there's a difference, there's a chance to make money. Buy low, sell high, right?
Right.
Okay. So right now, there is a huge ball of money. I mean, enormous, almost unimaginable. Big ball of money sitting in Asia right now.
Yep.
America sits here with the banks can't loan.
Mm-hmm.
Dodd-Frank, those scumbag Democrats destroyed lending.
Mm-hmm.
The scumbag Democrats destroyed access to money unless you're tied to them, unless you are their friend. That's what's going on. So what we're doing is Alibaba is working on it. PayPal's working on it. Tencent's working on it. How do we move money without Bigfoot government stepping in and squashing? And this Panama paper thing was designed, Joe, not only to attack certain leaders. I agree with that somewhat, but it's also designed behind this Bigfoot government world control of the currency. So where if you want to take your factory and put it in Vietnam, not only you got to deal with their government, but the money you have to go talk to. You got to go talk to Tom. Tom's going to go bounce it off Bob. Bob's going to dance it by Dick, and it's going to go. That's how it's happening.
You may want to yell at them that we're going to be ready.
Yeah.
There they are.
Oh, come on.
Rhett's eating an ice cream cone right now, folks. It's dripping from his chin.
We were just hanging by the fireside tonight. You want to know how Bob Dylan became such a good harmonica player? That guy can really wail.
Yeah.
I mean, like he gives, I feel waves of inferiority go through my being and my body.
Not I.
Everything that
Not
he
I.
touches turns to greatness. I
Yes.
mean, that guy can write. That guy can sing. That guy can milk
the vowels, so you feel a heartbeat. You feel the
Well, so
feeling.
can you,
And then
Rhett.
you can, no. I
Yes, you
can't
do.
tell.
Yes, you do. But as they say, look out, kid. It's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. And I can tell you, Rhett, that you have what's called the touch.
The pump don't work because the vandal.
Yeah, took the handle. Well, I heard that.
That's
But
Bobby Dylan.
yeah, Bob Dylan. But you know, as being a tambourine man, this show is it. We can dance with Lights Fantastic here, and I love it when Joe and Larry come in and talk about liberation over subjugation. We're talking about immigration and the issues there. We're talking about voting and getting out and expressing yourself. And if you see something wrong, stand up and say it's wrong. Stop being the silent guy.
Well, it was wrong what Cruz said last night on TV.
Well, you keep saying
not-
that.
it's
You
not
keep
wrong.
saying that.
You're
But
misinterpreting the
He
message.
thought I was stupid.
No, he didn't.
No,
I think you're.
ignorance. Hey,
I
look,
think you're.
No.
I think you're referring to the lack of details that is being used by other
He-
presidential
no.
candidates.
This is all
think
on
you're
Rhett.
stupid.
This is all Rhett. Stupid Rhett happened to be watching TV, and Cruz is being interviewed by Stephanopoulos. He goes, "Well, I wasn't talking about when he put down the New Yorkers to Trump a couple months ago. Now he's regretting it." And he was saying, "Oh, I wasn't for the conservative. That was for just all the extreme Democrats and liberals." Didn't he know he was talking to Stephanopoulos? He should have been embarrassed. Stephanopoulos is an extreme lefty. He's
Are you
watched the
kidding?
movie.
Yes.
I saw the documentary.
He's a Marxist.
Stephanopoulos was the one who got
yes.
Clinton elected.
Yes,
the
but he's
original
a
Clinton.
Marxist.
What's he doing as a
but to you-
TV
but to your
commentator?
point,
What a
to-
bunch of bunk.
To your point, it is a known fact
You little
that
weenie
even
boy.
a business owner that's an independent was pro-regulation, pro-increased taxes, pro-stripping of liberty, and that was Mayor Bloomberg. And then you have de Blasio, who's a socialist, who was elected
Devout
in Manhattan. No, listen to me.
And the
He's a
governor.
devout-
The governor.
No, the mayor of Manhattan.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the governor too.
Same
He's a
thing.
Democrat. Yeah.
And the former
$15 an hour.
So what did he
minimum
say
wage.
that was wrong?
right. So what he's pointing to is if you had
That doesn't
an
mean
attorney
it's
general,
everybody.
excuse me,
And he wasn't referring to that. We all know the truth. What are you trying to do here?
All right, let me tell you.
Listen,
Schneiderman
Jesus
is a
walks into
jerk.
this room. What are you going to tell me? We all know he was talking about pushing
Do
New
you
Yorkers.
remember an incident?
Where we
with
not?
Romney?
Hey, hold on.
push
No,
New
no, no,
Yorkers.
no. This is a moment. Let's have a real
Go
moment
ahead.
here. Let's have a real moment.
Yeah, but you
Jesus
can't
walks
push
through
New
the
York.
door.
Right.
Jesus walks through the door. What was he saying a couple months ago when he was putting down New Yorkers? He
Hello.
was talking about New Yorker attitude, our brusqueness, our pushiness. We know that. He wasn't
Well,
talking about
is it a
liberals.
lie?
He wasn't talking about
But-
Democrats.
Hey, Rhett,
no,
Red-
he's
Red-
talking
Red-
about that New York is a this is what he's saying. If you truly want to hear what he's saying, then listen to these words. He's saying New York is predominantly Democrat in nature.
Yes.
If you're a registered Republican, you're still left leaning compared to the rest of the United States.
This is all
I re-
conjecture on your part, young man.
This is fact.
Can you substantiate this?
I can.
This is all emotional
I can.
conjecture.
I can. Just like you
Hearsay.
can. So
Judge?
No,
It
statistics.
it is a known fact. If you look at who gets elected in the state of New York,
Yeah.
you have Cuomo right now. You have Mario Cuomo Sr. that was also a governor
I know
right
that.
now.
I know
Schneiderman.
Yeah.
That jerk
Yeah.
Schneiderman.
So you
I had
look
Mario
at,
Cuomo took a picture of me once.
excuse me.
We got
So-
to meet Mario Cuomo. Did you hear the story?
If you
I
look
had
at
to
your
meet
attorney
Mario- I handed him my
generals,
camera, he took a
if you
picture
look
of
at your
me. We
attorney
forgot to get a
generals,
picture with him.
if
So
you-
the rest of my
right?
life, we were saying, "Oh, this is the picture that Mario Cuomo took." How stupid is that?
So
That shows you how stupid I am.
So if you look at your AGs,
Yeah.
if you look at your governors, you will find that they are Democrats.
Yes.
If you look at your mayors, they are
I just got a
Democrats.
text on what people think. BS spin.
So you tell me when the last Republican was elected as a governor in the state of New York, Rhett. Look it up, Google it.
But it's been a while
Let me,
because they're
to
socialists.
fortify what you just said, Joseph.
Yep.
Do you remember Romney when he made a statement, 47% of
Mm-hmm.
the people are on the take? Well, the message got distorted, and this is what's happening with the message with Cruz.
Yep.
They're distorting the actual message.
And they're taking away
hold
from
on.
Romney-
Hold on.
Romney is
Look,
a
I just
slug.
got a text here. It says, I was listening to your show, and you should be Donald Trump's campaign manager, Rhett, or main advisor. Donald Trump needs to stay on main talking points, not talk about things like abortion or go on and on.
Correct.
See your MSNBC weather looking in to get in with the question or something like that, because MSNBC is, it is extension of the Obama and Clinton administrations. I don't know what that's all about.
And CNN
What do
is
you
the
mean by
Communist
that?
News Network.
Communist news.
Of course they are. Are you kidding?
The communist news.
You bet.
That's funny.
It's
I gotta
the way
write
it
down.
is.
Hold on.
Yes.
CNN, communist
Hey,
news
secrecy molts no feather, lad.
No, but I mean, if I want to get back to this, if you look at the governors of New York, out of 75% of the governors of New York have been Democrat over Republican. So the only point is, we know when we were talking about New York values, we're talking about those values are mostly held by Democrats in that state.
What's a New York value, by the way?
A New York value is somebody who's
value?
more left leaning, who believes in socialist mantra
This is what I'm
and
asking.
ideology.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. Because if you go to New York City and walk into a pizza place, or Tony, like Tony was there, walk in and turn to them and say, look, I'm a socialist, give me your pizza. They say, well, good, be a socialist somewhere else. But if you want that pizza, you got to pay me for it.
Right.
And they say, no, did you hear Bernie Sanders just say out there that everything's free?
Right.
And Clinton just the other day told me that everything is free. So give me your pizza. And the guy says, well, no, I can't do that. I said, well, you didn't hear them say it's all free? That's what I'm pointing about. And they're going to force it down our throats. They're doing it right now. Obamacare, who stood up? Now, Free as Florida, by the way, as soon as Obamacare came out, we've been fighting it ever since. Free as Florida has been.
Cruz.
You bet.
Yeah.
And fighting it because it's enslavement from the word go. And anybody that says otherwise, you ought to start asking them questions.
That's why Democrats don't like your opinion.
Well, a large number of my readership at Free as Florida is Democrats who are wanting to know the truth.
It's very difficult to change people's minds.
I have to say,
Hard
did you notice the speech that Cruz gave in Wisconsin, his victory speech? And when Trump got annihilated in Wisconsin, he refused to give a speech.
Do you know? You know what? You just got a text from somebody that said that Cruz is a Bush implant.
Well, just look at his record.
You see yourself? Is that
okay? That's fine.
No, I want to make sure it's lined up.
Yeah, it's lined up. Just look at Cruz's record, and this is how. That's my litmus test. What a person has done in the past will tell me what he will do most likely in the future.
Leopard doesn't change his spot.
Right. And so I look at a man that his whole life has defended the Constitution. And I'm talking literally in the Supreme Court, going in there for 3 million veterans and saying this cross represents World War I veterans.
Yeah.
And I will not, I absolutely will not I will not allow this to go unheard, and challenged it to the U.S. Supreme Court and won in a 5-4 decision. Here's a man that fought for our rights to bear arms in the United States Supreme Court and won in a 5-4 decision. If you look at everything he has done for parental rights, First Amendment, Second Amendment, and on and on and on,
champion,
he has won.
Yeah.
So that tells me, you know what? When he gets elected, he's going to fight for our Constitution, and that should always be our litmus test.
Yeah.
I don't care Republican or
I
Democrat.
was on the phone yesterday with somebody from the Tea Party.
Uh-huh.
Now, this in no way, he said, represents the Tea Party, so I want that stipulated.
Okay.
But that the business of the presidency is to be a keeper of the Constitution and not to be the business, the CEO of the state.
Right.
I don't agree. Do you agree?
Say that one more time.
If we stick, he said that the business of the president is to protect the Constitution.
Yeah, that's it.
And
preserve and protect.
But he's not to be like a CEO of the country.
No. You know that when you protect.
That's why we delegated them.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
What are you going to go do? You're going to go
wrong.
You're going to talk
wrong.
to the Chinese.
It's called the unfettered market.
Are you going to?
You can't stick your nose in the unfettered market.
Are you going to go
unless you're presumptuous?
Mr. Froman, are you going to go to China on our behalf and negotiate?
You don't have to. The Chinese are already here, and President Xi Jinping is a great leader, and he is right now working with the Central Bank of China to work on how to get the money out of China, because the Communist Party, they're having an infighting right now going on, a big infight going on in China right now. Funny you should mention that.
Well, and here's the thing: you elect with our country, you elect those people that you elected sent to D.C. are your voice. They're your voice.
Yeah,
and that's all they're for. And if you don't like your voice being delivered, it's being delivered in the wrong way, you remove them from office.
I want to ask you something. We're gonna take a little break. Marsh Beast boat tours.
Oh, incredible.
Airboat tours.
My brother-in-law Harold and my sister Palma and my nephew and niece Marie and her husband Carl, they all went out on Marsh Beach last week. My other nephew and niece, Billy and Amber, went out. So they've been using Captain Kenny.
Oh yeah,
like crazy. They love them.
Yeah.
They were talking
Are
about
people mentioning that they heard it on my show?
Yeah,
he knows that they're my family and that we talk about them all the time.
We used it several times already.
Yeah, this is our 4th or 5th time.
It keeps it
Literally
very,
because of you.
really
Only
nice.
because of you.
Does
Yeah.
a great job.
great
Now,
children.
Has anybody here tried the Caribbean Kitchen at 43rd and 60th?
I did. I
did.
did. It was incredible.
You had the chicken.
Oh, the jerk chicken. The jerk chicken.
Yeah, you love that.
And-
I've never been there.
Yeah,
I haven't
and he
been
also
there.
has, I will say this,
Yeah.
he has an exquisite condiment for his salad. And
Yes,
it was
yes.
extraordinary. In fact, I told him, since I have a bottling company, I told him, I said, I would very be interested in this particular item. And so we were talking about that. So yes,
He
Caribbean
serves it in
Kitchen.
ice cold pewter, and is anybody pewter? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has the most delicious homemade dressing.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
What-
about.
What does it taste
We
like?
don't.
It's,
I'll take you there.
no,
It's my
it's no, it's so unusual. It's
very
got,
good.
it's got like 4 or 5
Everybody
different
loves it.
bouquets to it. It comes and goes, I'm just telling you,
Well,
it was
jerk
extraordinary.
chicken is, you mean
No,
your
No, he's
No,
talking
no,
about
the salad.
Salad dressing.
The
Wake
salad.
up over there.
I'm still over at the
Hey.
jerk chicken.
Yes, but you should be, because that guy
Yeah.
treats it like
You want to call it I want to call it the cruise chicken. You want to call it the Trump chicken.
it won't matter. It's
Well,
the
I'll
best
tell
chicken.
you, every house will have more chicken in their refrigerator because they're gonna have more money in their pocket.
Yeah,
Yay!
with the
Yeah.
cruise. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yay for
Oh,
Christ.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
where's
Thank
my,
you.
Where's my sound machine?
No.
That's
All
right.
right.
Hello.
If you
Hold
know
on.
you're a business owner, and I
Yes.
just have to say this.
Yes.
How would you like
Yeah.
to simplify your tax system when and understand exactly how much you owe without having to go to a CPA firm that spends months and months preparing? You know exactly how much you owe, and you
I'm in
keep
your
more in
corner
your
on
pocket.
this. I do want to know this. Now, Cruz that's one thing I like about Cruz is that he did say
Right.
that is Trump. Does he say he's going to do the same?
Trump is
Abolish the
actually a
IRS?
tax. No, Trump's tax policy is actually a 6% increase for every middle class American across
Yeah,
the country.
he's
When you
like
actually look at the
stinky.
numbers, when you look at a 25% tax plan under Trump's, what you get is most Americans pay a realized of 19%. That's the average
Wow.
tax. That would be a 6% increase for every working
That's another
American.
$20,000 a year. for
And
me.
that's
Yeah.
disposable
How
income,
much for you?
so that
Right.
it would hurt the economy
40,000?
Yeah.
on the grand
50,000?
scheme of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
You're one
exactly
of these
right.
rich attorneys.
Well, that
He's one of those rich ambulance chasers. Way
See,
down,
here-
Mr.
here-
Froman.
here's the thing.
What?
Ambulance chasers,
No.
that nice.
No, I
My
don't.
father was an attorney, so I can say, right, Mr. Froman? No hard-
Well, my father
Are
was
you on
a,
here, by the way? I want to make sure this is the right place.
He's there.
my father was a surgeon in Vero Beach and birthed half this town.
And your dad, your brother is also a famous urologist.
Yes,
Your
yes.
other brother, when is the other brother going to come in here?
Brian?
Yeah.
Well, he was doing the barbecue cook-off thing last week, and they were very happy
He
with
was
the outcome.
he was a fan long before you were. He used to call me on the phone when I was first in town and probably had about 5 listeners.
Oh.
And he would call me on it when he was driving to his job up at Disney.
Well, I'm glad he did, because your show is wonderful. In
Oh.
fact, I will say this, that
You don't have.
there's a fella out there named Russ Lemon,
Yeah.
who used to do lemon drops on the Press Journal, and he came to see me about you, Rhett. He's got something called the Lemon Lines now,
Yeah.
and he wants to carry a story about you, and I called it the Legend of Rhett, and and he said, "Oh, I like that idea." And I told him, I sort of
Yeah.
souped you up a little bit.
'Cause he
I said
thinks I'm a
that
legend
during
in my
the
own
Reagan
mind, I'm
years,
sure.
No, I said during the Reagan years that you were one of the speech writers. I also said that during the Bush years that you're the one person on this whole radio spectrum that said, do not go into Iraq. You're the only guy that said it. And I documented it. And so in that regard, you are a legend.
Well, you know what I like about this show?
Yeah.
It's a sounding board, and we are allowed to talk about any subject
Baghead.
without fear
That's
of being
right.
censored.
That's right.
This is a freedom show.
That's right.
This is a freedom.
And that's
That's right.
the day it was birthed, the Freedom Show. And then we went national. And then Rhett was able to buy a Rolls Royce just like Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Be like Larry.
Larry.
SpongeBob. Be like
but you
Larry.
have bought 3 cars at Route 60 Hyundai.
Yes.
This is an advertisement. Tell my friends that are listening why Route 60 Hyundai. You've had such a good experience there. Honestly.
My experience was I got a fair price. I got tremendous service. And it was absolutely amazing that they treated me special. I come into that
Yeah,
place, they
that-
all
they did
say
that to
hello
me
to
too.
me. They say, Mr. Sempervivo, what can I do? Have a bagel, have some orange juice. It's just like,
Oh.
this
was
is
great.
So
amazing.
if they won you over with the food, Larry.
No, they won me
No.
over with
Only
the
service.
kindness
They
and
are
the
service.
way they treated me and the
Michael's the
service.
sales
And the
manager.
service.
Right. I went there and they said, look, you don't never have to pay for any service on this car.
Really?
For
That,
the-
oh, yeah, you got the
Nothing.
deluxe, the
I got the,
platinum.
if I get a flat tire, it's covered.
Yeah.
If my tire
kidding.
blows out,
Now,
they
did
give
you
me a
have to
new
pay for
one.
that service?
It's every time you buy the card, they give you that service.
every
It's
time you buy what?
included in the price.
It
Well,
is.
any kind of car you buy there.
You know what
get
happened
that-
to me once? I went down to this Kogan Osteen place here. I think I got a
It's in Fort
Mercedes.
Pierce, right?
And yeah, Fort Pierce. And I paid an extra. They said, well, right now you can have $1,300 worth of work done on your car in the future if you give us $600 now. So I fell into it. So 3 years later, first of all, I got behind in the oil change stuff. I said, I can't afford to go to Mercedes because it's too dang expensive. So
Yeah.
I went to Joe's and I went to Elite and whatever. Anyway, so I go down there. I paid the $600 and I realized I'd never used it.
Well,
So that doesn't happen with you. You
No,
got it in your
rainy
head.
day.
You go up to Route 60 Hyundai.
you go to Route.
And they have a luxury vehicle you bought there too, because you have
Oh,
some
yeah.
fancy cars.
What's
the cars you bought from the 60 Hyundai?
I bought a Sonata. I bought
The Sonatas are beautiful.
yeah, but I also bought the
Equise or something?
equipped.
What are you
that
doing with
car
all
is
these cars?
He's got the Equise right up there.
right up front. It is. I get so many people that stop me and say, "What kind of car is
Yeah,
this?"
they do
It
that
is
with
so
me.
beautiful. I said, "Believe it or not, this is a Hyundai."
Do you know we've already
I
decided
bought it
what we're
from
gonna do?
Tommy.
It's so fashionable and upscale that we've decided I'm going to buy Larry a hat. Did he tell you this? We went to Vincent's.
How are you?
It's going to be a chauffeur's hat, and I'm going to ride in the back with the windows down, and he's going to drive me around town.
The
And you wave, you
Yes,
the,
yeah.
you know,
What-
wave.
what-
You want to hear a funny story?
Miss America wave.
You want to hear a
Yes,
funny
this is
story?
right here.
You know John Walsh from America's Most Wanted. This is a
Yes.
true,
Yes,
absolute
yes,
true story.
yes.
So I'm coming back from CJ Cannon's one day, and I'm there headed towards US 1. I'm right at the red light. Well, there's room for 2 cars going the same way. So anyway, pulls up. I'm in the back seat of a Mercedes station wagon, and there's a blonde driving me at the time. Okay, so I roll down the window, have the windows rolled down, and John Walsh from America's Most Wanted pulls up in his convertible Thunderbird. He says, "Rhett, you got your own driver now?" And I said, "Yeah, you got to have a local show that you get your own private driver, John." And he laughed, and we both drove off. That's a true story. Gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
How come you were in the back seat? I can't imagine you in the back seat.
That's hilarious.
Your facts were great on Cruz.
Oh, thank
Let
you.
me,
I mean, he has
when
expressed
you do
that,
this on,
but you were very detailed
pour it into
about
your
it.
pan,
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
turn it on. Watch it toward just when the bubbles start coming. Just when
It's an interesting time. Did you watch the election result returns on Tuesday? It's pretty fun.
If you want to.
Hi, Gerald. How you doing? Hi,
And
John.
they called it so quickly.
I know.
I was shocked.
How are you today?
Regular butter pan.
Because
We're on
they look at
break.
the statistical areas that favor one candidate over the other. So if it goes the opposite of that candidate, that's why they call it. It becomes statistically impossible for that other candidate to win.
You want me to,
But it's
give us your
frustrating.
opinion,
I don't
what you'd
want
like
to.
to express?
Mhm.
And then we take the base to the bottling and start.
You can
What
type.
does it sell?
You can type. If you type,
We,
it'll come right up.
that's your
John,
holding right
Gerald.
is about
How many listeners do you have
38.
right now?
Only
Hi,
four.
everyone.
It says 4.
Hey, Gerald.
Last night I had
a
186 when I got home
That's
at
why
night.
Periscope. Everybody's going to Periscope. That's
I
what
don't
all
know how
the-
to do Periscope.
Yeah,
But
but
we
you
got
have to start
38,
looking, show you.
38, 40 cents.
And I can get a follow-up.
Sugar went
You know,
down.
there's something that alerts you when you're on.
Sugar went down.
Well, and
The
furthermore,
tomato went
number
down,
one,
everything
number
went
two, great thing about Periscope is you're getting
Oh,
instant
yeah?
feedback.
Oh, you kidding?
Viewers aren't even typing, they just hit a little
I
button
am sure.
and it gives you like the Pavlov's dog. You know, you start to salivate when you hear the bell. It gives you positive reinforcement when they like your message. So if you talk about, like, say you start interrupting people and then you see nobody gives you hearts, then you
Yeah.
know they don't
No
want you
problem.
interrupting.
No problem.
But when
'Cause
you
it's all
start breaking
goes
out in
to-
song,
all this,
and then everybody starts to
except
hit
for
the little
his stipend,
button and it
it
gets
all
all crowded
goes
with
to
That
hearts.
wouldn't happen if it was you.
If I was listening, it wouldn't happen. But if other people were listening,
Joseph, my brother Joseph doesn't like my.
It's a lot of fun.
I love your
My
music.
Joseph
Don't ever say
Joseph
that's not true.
doesn't love me.
Okay, so number one, I love your music. Number two, of course I love your music. I don't like when you break out in random song when people are in the middle of
But
conversation.
try it
That I
the way
don't.
I suggest.
I'm honest.
And you
I'll
absolutely.
never lie to you. I'll always tell you the truth whether you like it or
The
not.
Bible says, faithful are the wounds of a friend better than the kisses of an enemy. That's good. Faithful are the wounds of a friend better than the kisses of an enemy. Only a friend will correct you.
I
Yeah,
have
but let
no
me tell you
mind one
something.
way or the other, and even if I did,
Overhead.
people either love me or hate
My
me.
granddaughter and my.
We're
All right,
back.
Are we?
We're back.
They're all.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. I hear an ad now. I think he pushed the ad out.
Can we come back now? Can we come back now?
Yeah.
Who do you want to play? I'll do live read.
No, I'm not falling for that again. You tried to do a live read earlier and it took 7 minutes to go to break. I'd rather play a 30-second spot. You can come back after this. Just mention the tides.
Okay, I'll mention the tides.
By the way, that clock ticking in front of you, that's till the show ends.
Got 2 minutes. You got 30 seconds each to make a succinct message.
30 seconds each. Succinct message.
Well, that's quite a tumble.
Get the brain going here.
And today's broadcast is brought to you by the Tides. Oh, well, I tell you what, this is award-winning cuisine over on the beach.
Yes.
I want to tell you this, though. There's one problem. They're so successful that even the mayor, when he goes, I have to have a reservation or I don't get in.
Yeah.
So make a reservation at the Tides.
Yeah.
And we continue. We're going to finish up today. Okay, Joseph, you got 30 seconds. Larry, you will have 30 seconds. And Mr. Froman will have 30 seconds.
Oh, my land to be
You go first.
compressed.
Perfect. Well, all I was going to say is, regardless of what you see on television, regardless of what you're feeling in your hearts and your aggravations with the political system in D.C., I know that there is a solution out there, and that solution is Ted Cruz. You might not have voted for him. in
Watch
the
out, I may
past.
have to send you a bill.
You might have to, you might not have supported him in the past, but more and more people are switching camps. We just had Bush's national youth director join Ted Cruz's campaign.
Larry?
All I gotta say is, I want a freedom fighter, and I want to thank Rhett for having this show.
Yes.
Where we can express our opinions without being fear of punishment.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well,
Okay,
that's
Mr. Froman?
that's why I have Baghead News. So I can say stuff without anybody being upset.
Every time you say Baghdad, though, I think of Baghdad.
No, Baghead News. 2 circles in a square.
10
they
seconds.
don't move. They just stare. Baghead News.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Hi,
Beverly,
great to hear
our
you.
concierge. Okay, today's broadcast brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai. Don't forget, Indian River Walking Clinic has its grand opening of its new facility today at Miracle Mile.
Okay, spirited musicians and all.
Very spirited show.
As always.
Thank
As
you,
always.
Rhett.
You're lucky you can do
This
that.
is the excitement show.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
Well, I will
it's
say this, that
I love having
it is
you.
entertaining.
It is.
It's a guaranteed time each week that I get to see Rhett.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I do it.
know. You know, I've been thinking about that, though, because Barbara's son, as you know, is a true intellectual. I mean, the guy's smart, doctor and everything. But he said, Rhett,
He's also nice.
yeah, he said, you had a great idea. You take some of the stuff in, would you?
I am.
Here, you can take
Yeah.
that. So anyway, he said, Rhett, you have a good idea. Your idea. So what's that? He said, your idea of your book of going out, interviewing a janitor, interviewing a CEO, interviewing a police officer, doing little vignettes of what people everyday life, like a Studs Turco, having,
People can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you want? What is it like to be a hairstylist?
Here's the problem. You write a book, you put all your energy into constructing that book. Doesn't sell. How do you get that? How does that book? I mean, the amount of time that I put in to get the book to become a bestseller, not a New York Times bestseller, but a bestseller and award winning, it took so much time and so much money. It was just, I mean.
Well, can I tell you the next time?
You have to get a national publisher or else forget it.
You know what you do next time?
What's that?
You're cheap, just like my biological brother was. You're cheap.
I'm not cheap.
You should have hired a ghostwriter. You tell your story.
That has nothing to do with it.
I'll tell you what'll happen. I'm going to do this. You got to back me up on this. You got to pay for the books.
A ghostwriter does nothing.
I'm going to write I'm going to do the book. I'm going to interview you and your father. I'm going to tell the whole story, put it together. Now we have to have my gal. I'll pay for my gal to type it up. $15 an hour, $12, whatever she's charging me. You got to pay for it to be published, even if it's just 100
That's not the
copies.
issue. Is trying to find the publisher. I want a national publisher.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, as your brother, the
Right.
name. What is it? Money was I can never
Madness
get
Miracles
it.
Million.
Yeah, it's nice, I'd rather have this.
None of that
selling
matters.
eggs door to door to a Rolls Royce. How did he do it?
Nothing wrong with that. That's great. But my point is, none of that means anything. The title doesn't mean anything. The ghostwriter doesn't mean anything. If people don't get it, have the opportunity to put it in their
Rick
hands.
Frischman, that's true. Rick Frischman,
Right.
Planned Television Arts. He owned it. He sold it in New York City. He now lives in South Florida. He told me one thing, and I've told you this again and again. So when you write your book, spend 50% of your time writing the book,
And
50%
of the
coming
time
up.
for title.
What sells Debbie Maycomber? It's, it's her covers with the little white picket fence and the flowers and the cup of tea there on the table.
It's
for ladies.
But because of that, I mean, because of her national publisher and having presence in all the different locations, then the contents and the cover completely matters. First the cover, the next is the first 3 chapters, and then all that. Our thing is, I want to get
Have you
him.
ever read a Debbie Maycomber book? As a guy, it's kind of hard to get. I'd like to find one. I've read her.
I like
nonfiction.
all that stuff. I love it. I watch her movies, and I bought my mom.
I love Hallmark and the Boo Boo.
Yeah, but I buy my mom. I bought my mom every Debbie book.
And, should she read them?
Yes, she reads them.
Was this
One of them was-
before we knew Debbie?
After.
You know,
I'm loyal
you know,
like that. I went and bought.
I know,
so,
I know,
you know,
but she does. When Gary Wheeler's wife,
Yeah.
she was already reading all her books. She is amazing, the success she has but she told me the other night, she says somebody's going to go to bed with a smile on their face because they read Debbie Maycomber. In other words, it's all about it's a positivity.
Yeah. I want to get.
She is most, even I think next to Dr. Norman Spiel, even more so. She's the most positive person I've ever met in my life.
I love her.
Where does she get that buoyancy?
Oh, we gotta get together. We're having a baby in 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
so we gotta get together. Yeah.
Are you going to read his book?
Yes, if you'll sign it.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Did you get my dad to
great.
sign it?
Oh,
Now that'll be, and she'll come in and talk about it on the air
Oh,
multiple
nice.
times.
Great. Whatever happened to that kid that was writing the review?
Which one was it? See, these kids, they say they want to be in showbiz, they want to be
They were
writing.
writing it for. They were writing it for your magazine.
Yeah, who-
Some young college interns, and he was reading it.
Well, especially because I lost the brother.
You're having a staff meeting
Junior
at
McKinstry.
12:30.
Daddy,
Patty said.
There's
Dad, you want to sign this?
Yeah,
said
excuse
there's a
me.
You gave it
staff
to Beverly?
meeting. I'll be-
Yes.
She wants
Can
me
you
to be
make
back
it?
here.
Oh,
at
good, good.
12:30.
Let's go eat.
Yeah, okay.
Good, you gotta sign it for Beverly though.
I'm going to do it right now.
Mr. Froman, thank you.
See you,
I'll see you next-
Chancellor.
Listen, Steve, you don't have to call. Call if you're not gonna come.
I just want you to know, you must have had special care.
I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, go ahead.
I have to go put the